Oh, we're recording. Don't you worry, we're recording. Hello.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the Rotating Tap podcast.
I'm Steve Vanderplug.
I'm Corey David.
It's like that's the third time we've done this all over again.
You mean it here or just in general?
No, well, in general, but that's the joke. You guys were...
That's the joke.
Yeah, we're back explaining my comedy for the first time.
For everybody.
In about 50 episodes. Yeah, we are back here in Rhino with some return guests here at Epic Brewing.
Yeah, pretty
Nate
excited.
and Josh are here with us.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Yeah, for anybody that hasn't listened to the original episode, which at this point, why wouldn't you? But for the YouTube people that haven't seen it yet, can you guys just tell everybody what you do here?
My name is Nate Levi. I am the regional sales manager for Colorado and about 14 other states. And I sit in front of a computer and do spreadsheets.
Nice.
Spilled an algae all over myself. Look at this.
It looks like you peed.
We're starting off great.
Looks like you peed.
Starting
of
off
a
great.
mess.
Wait till you drink
Why
this
do they-
Malort.
That's
Why
a
do they make
signi-
these so hard to
that is-
drink out of?
That's a significant amount of water, Corey.
I don't think I got any in my mouth.
I don't think they're...
Right? He already peed himself.
Yeah.
The water is just to cover.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There was already urine there.
It's only 5:30. I've got time.
We have a long way to go.
I'm Josh Patton, the Taproom general manager, so these tricks are nothing new to me.
Yeah, you've seen so many different people piss themselves
Yes,
in different
just
ways.
way too often.
Do me a favor, just point the mic closer to your, point it at your face.
Way too
I'll
often.
handle it. Oh, yeah. There we go.
On my face, not
No,
my
that made
mouth.
it worse, actually.
Did it? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it's not-
I'll go the other way then.
How are we doing now?
You're so good.
Excellent.
We don't even
There
have
we
mic
go.
condoms on
I'll
these
try not
days.
to move.
That's a new thing that's become a part of our lives.
Yeah,
As
mic covers.
Everybody's using mic. Where did that even come? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, they were a fucking Bill Gates company for a long time before all this. And
Oh,
then-
so if you have one in your pocket, it tracks wherever you go?
yeah, pretty
that's
much.
good. Yeah, basically.
So you've gotten the vaccine, haven't you? Like you're really promoting the Microsoft products.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Windows 98.
Amazing.
I'm
Great
holding
system.
out because I'm more of an Apple guy. You know, I just...
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You get the vaccine, you just start raving about the qualities of Microsoft Excel.
Yeah, that's
And
really
it's like it's game over.
You just start having
I'm in
hallucinations.
15 states.
You start having hallucinations of Clippy following you around wherever
right.
you go. It's really hard. Well, the mic condom thing is relevant because you guys started doing. We started doing our shows back here, which is
Yep.
really exciting.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's really sick. It's a great space for it. It's every other Thursday. Well, first and third Thursdays,
First
right?
and third, yeah.
So we got comedy rolling back here again, and you guys started doing an open mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about your open mic experience.
And I, wouldn't call it comedy, although I have seen some. I mean, there have been familiar faces that, because I've seen some of the, Thursday
Sure.
night, showcase showing to the open mic. So it's good to know that, they are actually funny and they're just trying out the new stuff. But Monday night's a lot of fun because you see a lot of comedians who have gotten pretty rusty over the past year that are trying out new things.
Boy, I don't know what they're telling you.
Come back week to week and they get better and better.
The key
They
is
do,
if something
yeah.
bombs, you just say, well, this is a new joke. Even if it's,
Oh, yeah. You
it's a
claim it.
standard.
I haven't done this in a year. A comic going on stage and bombing like, well, I haven't done comedy in 2 years, and it's like it's only been a year.
Josh and I were having a conversation yesterday, and I was we have a bunch of new beers coming out, so I was loading them up into our Untapped page, and so scrolling through some of the check-ins, and one of them was a picture from Monday night, and it was a picture of someone's flight on their table, and then behind it was a guy standing behind a mic in the corner who was clearly up doing his bit,
Yeah.
and he wasn't wearing a shirt, and I was like, was there someone not wearing a shirt here last night for their 5 minutes on? He's like, yeah, I think so.
Trying
Bert Kreischer
something new.
made an appearance.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, only this guy seemed to be in better shape, but
Oh, wow. So Alec Flynn made an appearance.
yeah.
That sounds
yeah,
about right.
it's just like
To
so
be fair, the only shirt he found on the ground outside. So
in Rhino, yeah. Yeah, it's like.
It's actually a potato sack. It's not even.
So I was like, so that's how Monday nights go around here now. Okay.
I mean, open mics are weird for sure. You see people trying their best to get any attention at all.
So when's the last time you guys went to an open mic?
In
Last
fact,
night.
in fact, we went to this open mic. So normally
It's called The Hangover.
Yeah, normally there'd be an open mic at Stoney's, which has been going on. Different people have run it, but it's been going on a long time. And so I would go there for a mic because I know that it's got a reputation, right?
It's a good.
I had never really even heard of this other mic, and we
Nobody
went
has.
to it. The Hangover mic.
It's a Sheridan mic. It's like a Western, like a South. It's a South Sheridan mic.
No, it's technically north of 6th.
Is it?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it's moving down that way. I'm just trying to give them like kind of a paint.
It's
It's
yeah,
very.
yeah.
It's,
I know where we're at. Yeah.
it's not in the gentrified area.
No. Huh.
It's divey too.
Uh-huh.
It's
divey. Also, I thought it was funny to like just name a bar after what you predict is going to happen tomorrow. You could just like call the bar Planned Parenthood at that point.
No, you're
Just, like,
you're supposed to go there when you're hungover for Hair of the Dog.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
It's
it
one of
was-
those bars that opens at like 5:30 in the morning.
I think
I
it
don't think
might
they
be.
closed. Yeah.
Perfect.
They had
Yeah.
like air pots for a kitchen or air fryers. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Like, that was the kitchen.
Sounds like a real classy setup.
We did sell them out of tacos. It was their taco night. They were $1.
I didn't get any, but
I didn't get any, but we did our job. Basically, every
I wouldn't
comic
have.
promoted the taco special that was happening. That's how good of a mic.
a
it was.
dollar taco. It's like, please either make it more affordable or expensive sounding.
Yeah.
I will eat a 50-cent taco. I will eat a $4 taco, but $1, I don't know.
Now, on your episode you guys did with Upslope, there was some discussion of the bus stop.
Yeah.
You said you did a show there, but have you ever been over to the Dark Horse in
Yeah.
Boulder?
Oh, yeah.
So they used to do like Taco Tuesdays. It was like 50-cent tacos, and you're like, well, this is food,
Right.
And beers were cheap. So
Yeah.
I think everyone's a little dubious of the dollar tacos, but like, fuck it, I'm in.
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind at all. I like a deal.
I mean, I went to the Dark Horse when I was in college too. So.
They also had $3 margs, but by $3 margs they had a Dixie cup.
tiny, yeah,
they had
tiny.
a Dixie cup of tequila, a splash of soda, and a lime squeezed in it.
What were you
sounds like my
expecting?
kind of place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were
I
you
don't-
expecting for
absolutely.
$3?
Let's face it, the most
Not-
expensive thing in that whole
I'll give you a
that whole thing
$3
is
shot
the-
of
is the
tequila, it's
margarita
fine.
mix. Yeah.
I know. It's just I don't know. I was just like, oh, I'll take salt. I even said like, you can salt the rim because I love that.
Right.
And they,
Because you're trying to gentrify it. Yes.
yeah,
Hey,
of
this
course.
is an ass eating joke.
Yeah,
I hear it.
I've heard of that joke. I've heard of it.
There's a comedian around
Yeah.
who does that every
Yeah.
time.
You should even buy his koozies next time you see him. Buy the koozies that he sells. I've heard he's pretty funny.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but last night was fun because it was us. Like it was you, me, and Buckley.
There were no other comics there that I recognized except for one who is a person who I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah. So not
Okay.
so 3 actual comedians.
Yeah.
That were there, and a couple people that are trying, which is fun.
Yeah. But we decided instead of like really trying to be the best comics in this giant room with like 8 people total in a huge room, we were going to go up on stage together. So we
Okay.
did a dual set. So I did a set with Corey did a set with Christy, I did a set with Christy.
And by like great idea, he means he was hammered. He's like, hey guys,
I was not
I got an idea.
I was not hammered at all.
Fucking hammered.
I was not hammered at all.
You were hungover for
I
the
was-
upload
I was-
episode too. Like I'm seeing a theme here.
I was stoned. No, I was not hammered at all. I was stoned for sure, but it was it was so bad that it was like nobody's gonna really get anything out of this.
Got it.
It's like it's going so badly that I might as well just take my shirt off in this bar right now.
I thought about it. I gave you the
And
opportunity.
we've come full
Yeah,
circle.
you got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
I
wondering
gave you
where that
the
was going.
opportunity to strip me down, and you turned.
I
it
told
down.
you not hammered.
You turned it down. We started talking about strip club DJs, and I was like, "Do you want to be my strip club DJ? Like right now?
Okay.
I'll go for it. I'm gonna take this hoodie off."
I was trying to talk to
And-
the guy that bought the bucket for himself. I liked that
Yeah,
guy.
you're more intrigued in that guy.
I'm intrigued. What, you bought a bucket of what, Bud Lights or whatever?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had a bucket of Bud Lights for himself.
And he was just drinking them, and anytime he was done, he would flip the Bud Light over in the
Oh,
bucket, move
yeah,
on
he's
to the
a
next.
G.
I think we can all agree that guy's probably my favorite person in the
Yeah,
bar.
he was.
Yeah, he was
cool.
great.
Yeah.
Bucket man,
Comedian?
He's a G.
No,
No, just
no,
there.
just some random dude
Just
with
there.
nothing. Yeah,
But
Yeah,
he did
drinking
move
a
up
bucket of
front,
Buds.
like when the mic
he
started.
He sat up front.
So a scout.
and
Yeah, he's a so Netflix
Saturday
was
Night Live, I
there.
believe. Yeah.
Netflix was there. We all have a TV deal now. It's called Bukes and the Pooks, and it's ready to go. We got a lot of money coming in at this point. So have you been tempted to get on stage yet?
No. I've been encouraging everybody else who works here to do it though. I remember when we did the show last summer, and you had my boy Noah go up there for a joke, which bombed pretty bad.
That was embarrassing. It still makes me cringe.
Oh, is it the one at the show we did
outdoor
outside?
one,
The one we did outside over the summer. Yeah.
I don't think it was that bad.
I want to give him another shot, and I think open mic is the place for him to do it.
We'll give him another shot on our show here.
Perfect.
We'll do it. Yeah.
We had him come out in like the llama head too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
I thought it was like, man, this is gonna be hilarious.
And he told a llama joke,
and
it was
freaked people out.
It
was upsetting.
I think like a lot of people, I think Noah was maybe past the point of sobriety where it would be like funny sober, and you're just like, he doesn't know what he's doing at this point, right?
He's got the llama head on backwards.
Right. Things weren't getting any better for this dude.
It's like, this is just a demented creature
By the
from
way,
my nightmares.
I know I've told you guys 1,000 times that outdoor show was is fucking great. It's so much fun.
It was super fun.
And honestly, I'm gonna get out of the way right now. Like I'm really glad you guys are back. I'm glad you guys are in our circle. If anyone's out there listening and you haven't been to a show from these guys, it is honestly, if anyone's out there,
2 people.
Yeah, the 2 people listening, definitely get an opportunity to come to one of these shows. It's so, you forget, Josh and I were just talking about it, like, the feel of a live comedy show is so much different than watching it on TV.
Oh, yeah.
And
I just miss it so
It is
much.
genuinely such a great time. Like, I laugh, and you just let go of yourself and just, like, enjoy. I always feel like I'm the asshole that has the weird laugh in the back of the room.
That's great.
Oh, dude, that's
So-
me completely.
Yeah, thank you guys for doing what you do. It really adds just so much excitement to what. Anyhow, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
And by the way, seeing Shane Torres was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Of course, we love you guys. We're happy to. It's cool because we like doing it at breweries because it's a relaxing environment for people too. Like that's we like breweries. Everybody's cool for the most part. You guys have some dorks on your team, and we got some dorks on ours.
sitting right here, man.
It's like you can just name names if you
Right.
want to. Yeah. Dude, that outdoor show was crazy for so many reasons.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't know you were walking into a barnyard. Huh?
we really,
The
you
barnyard exploded in Denver.
You guys really went above and beyond to make it happen, but just to paint a picture for everybody, we were using their loading dock space, which is not usually used for any like consumption, right? Like you don't have tables set up.
There's a lot of grease and oil everywhere.
Yeah, so they had to lay down hay, which
So
was appropriate for the llama.
Yeah, I mean, we spent all day stressing about it, right? Because we just like a lot of breweries around here, we have a rancher that comes and picks up spent grain. And we were full.
yeah.
Like we'd had a full brew week for last week, and it was.
stinky.
And that grain sits out, and it's hot and it's cold and it stinks and it ferments and it's gross, and it smelled awful.
Yeah.
And the trash company hadn't been by to pick up our dumpsters, and we had Hop True back there, and it's just the smells of everything combining just was not good.
Yeah.
And so Josh and I are just I was there helping out. We were just kind of freaking out.
He came to help me
So
after I had a panic attack. Like
we got
we're
all
in
these-
trouble.
my parents have like a small ranch, and we got them to bring up a bunch of straw.
Yeah.
From a feedlot that they knew of. And we just started throwing
That's
fucking
where
straw.
you got
That's
this-
where,
for
so
some-
my parents drove up in there with their fucking horse trailer full of straw bales.
That rules. I seriously, for some reason, thought you just had it laying around.
No.
I don't know why.
I called about both my parents are retired, and I was like, hey, how quick can you get up here with straw? And they're like, I don't know, give us about 2 hours. And I was
How
like,
much money
"Perfect.
do you
Get in
want?"
the fucking car.
We had
Yeah.
a straw guy.
Yeah. So
That's some smooth
you're exactly right.
shit.
We had a straw guy, but I think it turned out pretty good. But it
Oh
was
no, it was
surreal.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You guys had to like move the dumpsters and stuff.
Yeah,
They were all
because then the wind
outside.
shifted, so we had them tucked in
Yeah.
a corner. Then the wind shifted, which made the ass spread over the lot.
Yeah.
Then we had to well, hold on, let's move it again. That's why Noah was so drunk in the llama suit, because he was the forklift driver.
Yeah.
And we made him do it twice.
Because that's the best time to take a drive.
Yeah. Qualification here. If OSHA's listening,
OSHA, yeah. Take
he
that
didn't
back.
have any drinks before.
He got
It
it
was
after.
afterward. We
Oh,
pumped him
shit.
It was
full of.
after.
Yeah.
Point of order.
Yeah.
That's it's a good time to bring up our new sponsor of the podcast, OSHA.
Yeah.
Ocean
When
Liquor
safety's
Enforcement.
in minds, reference their website.
When safety's not just third,
By the way,
OSHA,
I need to let you know I've been an OSHA agent this whole time. You've been busted.
Shut her down, boys. We're done.
Dude, I remember, building displays in beer stores and stuff. We did so many things that weren't OSHA approved.
Oh,
You're basically using beer cases as ladders.
Oh, are we
I had
talking
somebody
OSHA
just
stores?
pull me up on a pallet jack one time, or pull it up on a pallet one time, like on a forklift to like hang a sign from the thing, and like not wearing a helmet or any garb, anything you need.
You've always got someone from the store, some receiver from the store that's like, you guys shouldn't be doing that, and you're like, go away.
Or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got numbers to
Are
hit.
you
Get
gonna do
out
it?
of
Yeah,
here.
sorry. This is going up whether you want me to be or not.
People need this
Yeah.
display in their life.
It's important.
People need 50 cases of Paca
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
floor.
Yes,
right?
amen to
Absolutely.
that.
Now.
Yeah.
They need it. A pallet drop, I don't care if we're not going to move through it.
Yeah.
It's going here.
It's as long as it's on your floor and not mine. I don't care.
Made a fun decorative display.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
Do you have any like ridiculous displays that you've ever built? Like anything that stands out that was kind of like absurd?
I don't think nothing really crazy that comes to mind, right? Like,
I made like a campsite one time because we had a tent and
Yeah.
a camping chair and a hammock and shit.
Yeah.
So I made I laid out like green felt and like made a fake campfire and
Yeah.
stuff, and then you stack cases around it.
I always envy the guys that can do that, right? Like, the breweries I've worked with, we generally don't have a bunch of kind of point of sale or
Swag,
knickknacks
yeah.
and stuff, right? It's
We're pretty
those
dumb,
are kind of
so
expenditures.
it's like make
Yeah.
geometric shapes.
Yeah,
you know?
so,
I
made a
I definitely-
triangle.
Trippy.
I look at the big guys and I'm like, man, that display looks great, but I don't really kind of have that creative streak to do that. I can't look at a space and be like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if it was like this?
Yeah.
So yeah, I really envy the guys that can do that, because I tell you what, man, some of those things I was at some Wegmans in New York when I was living in Rochester, and like they had like a whole area for seltzers and there was grass in there and shit. And I'm like, who the fuck thought of this? This is genius. It looks amazing.
You mean you don't have the budget for a full cardboard case
Yeah.
cutout of a football player? around Super Bowl time?
And I think people look at those and they're like, oh, those things are like they are expensive. Those cutouts,
Oh,
when
yeah,
you
yeah.
get them, those things are not cheap.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, it's not cheap to get those. But I mean, I wish I had a better store for you.
Oh no, that's okay. I just figured
No.
it while I was on the brain.
Yeah,
I figured
yeah,
I'd
get
chime
it
in.
out for sure.
I used to work retail and would put clothes on mannequins sometimes.
Did you touch the mannequins, Steve?
Oh, I touched him.
Yeah.
I touched him all over.
Dims the lights, looks around, makes sure everyone's looking.
No, he
has
liked
a
to
moment.
watch it.
It's break time. Sleepy
Yeah.
time for
Well,
Steve.
break time is what I would call when I ripped him in half and changed the clothes.
I'm done with you. Yeah, you get all your morbid fantasies out in one shot. That's fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
Into it.
What are we sipping on right now while we're talking about piecing apart mannequins?
Okay,
What do we,
so so we I think last time we sat here at this table and did this, we were talking about some of the new things were coming up. I think the seltzer was really big for us then. We're kind of doing a
still
series.
really big in my life.
Yeah.
Still love podcast.
Yeah. And we were kind of working on, this year we're working on kind of these limited release 16-ounce 4-pack cans. And the one you got in front of you, this is about a 40-barrel batch. We're going to blend it together with another 60-barrel batch to come up 100 barrels total. I mean,
Spreadsheets.
yeah, right?
Nice.
Exactly. You guys are kind
Microsoft
of
again.
You're talking you're beer purists versus hype beer and stuff. So
Oh yeah, we'll get into that.
yeah, right. So I'm a purist. I sell hype. I can sell and enjoy selling stuff people are excited about. But this was kind of a passion project, I think, for me. It's a double West Coast style IPA. So it's about 9%. Like I said, this is the first version. It's going to get blended with another version that I think is going to have a little more bitterness. But this one's going to be called Armadillo Comet.
Nice.
Because it's brewed with Amarillo and Comet hops, and we're a bunch of idiots that don't know anything about marketing, and we're like, what the fuck are we going to call this? And I was like, I don't know. Amarillo rhymes with armadillo, and we're like,
Yeah.
perfect, we'll call it that.
I think Armadillo
That's-
Comet.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
the thought process
The can
of
looks
how
dope.
like 90% of improv troops name themselves. It's like, let's just think of something.
This is how a think tank works. People
Yeah.
pay a lot of
Yeah.
money for this.
Yeah,
So I think you're on.
yeah, right.
Let's all
So
get around in a circle.
That's what we are. A
Two-
think
yeah.
tank.
Yeah, this-
Two
I
totally
think so.
different words.
yes, yeah.
It's basically a think tank is basically an improv troupe that people pay a lot more money for.
Oh,
For,
I don't know.
yeah, for their
For them to perform, not for
That's
people
what
to
a think
watch.
tank is.
Yeah.
It's basically a performance from people that are like, hey, we know what we're talking about.
It's like a pyramid scheme. Improv is.
I dig it. I mean,
But-
I can see how it's going to probably dry out a little bit more
Yeah,
because you pulled it out.
it's a
of the
little
chamber.
it's a little sweet. So this
Not
one's
carved
finished.
yet,
I think we need,
obviously.
and it's not carved. I think it kind of has that cat pee aroma.
Which I always look for.
Yeah, right. I think
good
this
connoisseurs
one.
do.
I think
Yeah,
the
of
whole
course.
consensus among the group
Could use
was,
more Band-Aid or vomit.
Yeah,
If I want it.
Go back out to the yard.
yeah, absolutely.
Band-Aid,
We
Band-Aids
got
don't
stuff
taste
for that.
terrible.
Take some of that
if they're
spent
new.
grain from the dumpster,
Oh.
put it in here.
There you go.
And now you've got the
Well,
next hype beer.
We're gonna blend this with the next batch, but I think we added some more bittering additions
Okay,
on the back end of.
I definitely
that one.
did not expect it to be 9%.
No,
it's
Yeah.
so
me
neither.
smooth and
A lot
It
of
does
beer's
have like
dangerous
almost like
like
a
that.
triple kind of quality to it in terms of texture.
Yeah,
Like it's got that strength where you get that extra body from the ABV,
Yep.
but it doesn't like hit you super hard. It's not boozy.
Yeah.
It's not boozy in that way.
the way it's tasting right now, it kind of put it in line with like a Pliny the Younger or a like Green Flash, Green Bullet. You know, those big triple.
Yeah,
Well, I guess in terms of body, like,
Yeah.
don't, hey,
Whoa,
I-
buddy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Set the
I will not be the judge.
expectations.
Yeah.
Josh
be
is
the judge.
downstairs watching
We're-
open mic comics
Yeah.
compare
Yeah.
themselves to Mulaney.
Yeah, so I wouldn't go that far with this one, but I mean, I guess in terms of body and kind of that residual sweetness, I think that's kind of how.
No, it's good. I dig it. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's really
so
good.
I
I
see
mean,
where
not,
you're coming from
not
in that
finished,
way.
but getting there. And I wanted to bring you guys the new lager that we're doing. Just we like
Speaking
drinking
of
those. I'm sure you guys
displays.
hear it a lot, but they're transferring that out of the fermenter into the bright.
No, I'll tell you,
today,
I
so.
feel like you guys do, and I always plug it when we do like the reads and stuff all the time. It's just you guys have such a great versatility where you do a lot of things really well, and I think it's so understated, and I don't think it gets enough credit. Where like Los Locos is kind of like my go-to sipper.
Yeah.
I just love that. I love that beer, and we're gonna be chugging some of that in a second. But I like Paca's like one of the best seltzers
Wait,
on the
we're
market.
chugging today?
I'm not chugging today, but you're chugging today.
I'm not chugging today. If you're not chugging today,
I am
These guys are
chugging today.
great.
Because you've been talking about getting back. on the
I
leaderboard
want to
for
get
a
out of
long
the leaderboard.
time.
I don't know. I think
Redemption Day.
I was telling Josh and I grabbed a bite before we sat down here, and I was like, I think some dude has like a 3-second chug.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not getting anywhere close to that.
It's
I don't
hard
think.
without
You
the
know?
8% thing, man. It's
Yeah.
hard without the 8% caveat these days.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
To get to my
Sorry.
point, no, the Big Bad Baptist stuff, like if you enjoy stouts, like I don't mean to kind of sing your guys' praises too
Yeah,
much.
please.
That's really well done. And then the IPAs you guys have been coming out with are really killer, and I can't say enough about them. So you do a bunch of different things really well, and I think that's one of your strong suits.
Yeah, I think we've really tried to improve. You know, and I wish we had one of the brewers on today. We got a pretty busy week, and
Yeah,
we're
fuck
transferring a bunch
those
of beer
nerds.
all around. So, you know, these guys. I think
Never mind.
I think our,
That
I think
didn't
our whole
land as
team's
well
trying
as
to
I
really
wanted it
up the ante and make even our beers that we have been brewing for a long time like a little better. You know, we've been recently going back to like Escape and Los Locos and saying, you know, is this tasting the way we want it to, and adjusting those flavors to kind of brighten them up, make them pop a little more, right? So
shout
I
out to
think,
Brian and Evan and the team.
Brian,
Like, things
Evan,
are just
Jordan,
getting better and better.
the whole brew team is doing great. Our packaging line is doing great. Our DO levels are awesome. I mean, we've just done so many things around here to really just make sure that we are performing at our best, right? We're kind of in this weird category of where we've got these great standard bearer beers, and then we've got some hype. We're trying to make some hype beers, or some beers that are exciting for us, and beers that are exciting for consumers. So, I don't know. I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
That's
now.
okay. Why don't we chug some beer, and then I'm going to ask you about slushy sours.
Okay. All right. Oh shit. We have some.
It's about to kick. It might.
Oh, we should.
That's okay. Of
course.
Yeah, you don't
So
actually.
you're-
lie,
so
but
you were
let's
right.
talk about the
It's about
slushy
to
shower.
kick. So it's selling.
It
well.
sells.
I know it
It's
does.
Yeah.
I hate everything about
You know,
it. Except I
you're-
love it. It's
you're-
so good.
I'm a purist, just like you guys. I'm gonna be a purist while I'm selling fucking slushy sours and cashing checks.
Yeah.
Evan brings
and
me a
then I
pint
can
of
install. It looks
it. I taste
awful.
it. It's terrible. I hate this.
It tastes.
Take another
fucking-
sip. I hate it, and it's gone.
then you
And I'm
drink
like,
all of
can
it.
I get another
Yeah, the
one?
next
I
thing
hate
you know,
this.
yeah.
I feel
You
like,
can't get past your own mental roadblock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
it's like-
wanting to hate it.
This
so
is
much.
not-
Yeah.
to be fair, I've never tried a slushy.
Yeah, you have.
And- I mean, a couple times, maybe
A smoothie
3.
sour, slushy sour.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
one and the
yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Because you had that one at Four Noses when we were up there.
Yeah, I mean, it's
had muffin mix in it.
Yeah. we put
Muffin
in
mix.
The Muffin Man?
Yeah. Well, it had the
Oh,
marshmallow.
there's the
in
name
it
of the
too.
beer.
Well, it had the marshmallow cream and muffin mix in it.
Huh.
The creamy muffin man.
What are we doing?
Yeah. It's
Let me
here's the
break this
thing,
down.
right? Is we gotta see if people.
I just like
I don't know.
Right now, though,
no,
like,
no,
what-
no, no.
over
Let's
the
not get into
summer-
this
Sorry,
now.
we'll
Let's
get
not
into
get
it in a
into this
minute.
now.
Sorry.
Let's not get into this now.
So we're chugging,
All
right?
We're chugging right now.
Okay.
It's time to shine.
All right.
This is your guys' opportunity.
yeah,
to
I'm
redeem
gonna-
yourselves.
do you guys mind if
Josh has talking no shit so far.
I
He
was so
hasn't-
embarrassed from last time that honestly, I feel like any improvement will be needed.
It's like comparing your mile times year to year. You're like, you did it, kid. You did
I
it,
just gotta
champ.
chug a beer. Just gonna chug a beer.
Yeah, 10-20 is good. It's respectable.
Standing up.
Nathan,
nice. I
Nathan,
like
on
it.
the other
I wanna be
hand, has
prepared.
been like, we
I
gotta get back
know.
on the show. Gotta get back on the show so I can redo the chug.
All right.
I am excited for you. I don't want you to feel
Do you have
any
a- do you have a
pressure.
new
Last
joke?
time.
Do you have a
What's
different joke this time?
I can't remember what I told last time.
It might, if you need to
Oh, yeah.
recycle it, that's fine.
I think I got one. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I gotta tell a joke.
Because we're gonna have you tell the joke after.
All right. Ready?
Yeah,
we go.
whenever you're ready to go.
You got this.
Nice. Had a little sniff, and then he was like, "It's go time."
Wow. Wow.
Nice.
Well played.
I like that.
It's been
Well
practicing.
played.
Well done.
Was it under 6?
You'll find out.
Yeah, we just got to remember to tell them because we do that a
Well,
lot.
we'll compare it to their old ones too.
All right.
We'll find them on here.
Yeah, I think that's an improvement.
You can burp into the microphone. We don't-
I'm gonna have to. All right, so
Please.
here's a joke. Oli and Lena just moved to the U.S. from, I don't know, somewhere in Eastern Europe. And Oli gets a job at a pickle factory. And as you do. One day he comes home and he's just got a sad look on his face. And Lena, his wife, says, "Oh, Oli, what's the matter?" And he says, I'm from South Dakota. I used to be able to do the South Dakota accent a little better.
That's what he says?
Yeah, no, that's not what he says. To get into character.
Is that what he says? Or is that what you say?
So he says, Lena goes, "Oh, Oli, what happened?" And he says, "Oh, today I got in trouble at work. I put my dick in the pickle slicer." And she goes, "Oh my God, Oli, don't do that again. We want to have a family. We just moved to this country and we want to start a family and we have this beautiful house and you have a good job." And she goes, "Okay, Lena, I won't do it." And a few weeks later, he comes home. He's got that sad look on his face. And Lena says, "Oh, Oli, what's the matter? Something seems wrong." He goes, "Well, Lena, today I was at work and I succumbed to temptation and I put my dick in the pickle slicer." And she goes, "Oh my God, Oli, are you okay?" He goes, "Well, yeah, I'm fine, but I got in a lot of trouble." She goes, "Geez, Oli, I just want to make sure you're okay and we want to have a family one day and you need everything working and we have this beautiful life." And she says, "I won't do it again, Lena," is what he says. A few weeks later, he comes home and he says, "Well, Lena, I got in trouble at work today again." She says, "Oh God, Oli, what happened?" He said, "Well, I put my dick in the pickle slicer and they fired me." And she says, "Oh my God, Oli, first thing, are you okay? We want to have a family one day and we want to build a life here and I want to have children." He goes, yeah, I'm fine, but Lena, I lost my job." And Lena says, "Well, if you're okay, what happened to the pickle slicer?" And Oli says, "Well, she got fired too."
Yeah.
Sorry.
That may actually be my favorite joke I've heard on the podcast.
You should have seen that one coming.
Yeah. There you go.
She got fired too.
Nobody saw Oli coming. That's
no
for
one
sure.
saw Oli coming.
That's because his dick's off. That's the key. That's the joke.
Yeah.
In the pickle slicer.
Misdirection.
It's gone.
in
You think you're going to zig
And
you
I mean,
zag.
good thing though. He's got something to preserve it in.
Absolutely.
In pickle juice. Yeah.
In pickle
So
juice.
you can bring it home in
Pickle
a jar.
shots. That's what I call
It's
it.
my dick. Let me bring it home.
Yeah.
Josh, are you ready to chug a beer?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah, let's do it.
I like how you did the South Dakota.
South Dakota.
South Dakota. accent.
Olferdam.
What? Oh man, he wasn't even fucking waiting.
No.
For our
I've been
debauchery.
watching though. I'm ready.
He's got his eyes. Josh,
Wow.
that was fucking good.
That was
man.
better than you did
practicing.
last time, bud.
Dude, I'm so happy.
I was pretty drunk last time.
For you. Like that's yeah, you can keep burping.
Glad
That's
we
fine.
get that out of the way early now.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have that little South Dakota lid for the rest of the time.
Sure, Henry.
no,
I'll
he
suck
speaks
your
the
dick,
usual.
but you know I got to get ready for the bake sale.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go over to the church for the bake sale.
Yeah,
so
no,
I'll
these
have-
weren't supposed to be glazed donuts. I specifically had on the menu peach cobbler. People are gonna be upset.
So Corey, when are you doing this Malort?
The fucking Malort. I don't want to chug a whole thing of Malort.
A shot. It's a shot.
It's a shooter of Malort
It's a shooter Malort.
for the non-YouTubers.
All right.
So
Do we have a glass to put it in or anything?
No, drink it out of the bottle like an adult.
What are you, an adult?
What are you in?
No,
The child.
there's some glass down there. So have you had Malort before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve, you've had Malort?
I've had
right?
more. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
Do they look like people that would not have had Malort? Well, that is a lot of.
It actually,
That's
actually,
what I'm saying.
That's actually a lot of Malort.
So
This isn't a
ounce and a
shot.
half.
I actually like Malort.
Oh, we should have gotten
'cause you're a
some of the weak
psychopath.
whiskey up here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How many ounces is this? Doesn't matter. I'm doing a show after this. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I'm getting paid either way.
All right.
Oh wow.
I mean, I don't want to put you in a position where you're like not being able to function. That's just mean.
No, it's fine.
I mean, I'd be happy. I would split it with you if you wanted to.
If you wanted to go Lady and the Tramp on that bottle, I would say yes. But just cut the other end off and just meet in the middle.
We pour it back in. I don't know.
No, I don't know if we can.
All right. So we doing a Malort, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So
So tell us about this more than the beer you just chugged, because that's what we want to sell.
Malort.
yeah,
Malort.
Chicago.
It's from Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago rules.
it tastes like
Piled eye.
battery acid and rotten cedar wood.
It's my favorite combination.
Oh wow.
Really is.
Yeah, really take in the aroma before you drink it.
Oh boy, it hurts to even watch this happen.
Ooh, God
So
damn.
I once drank almost
My
a
brain-
whole bottle of Malort, and I ended up throwing up so much that all the capillaries around my eyes broke.
Jesus Christ.
And so there's little beads of blood.
It wasn't from throwing up.
it was the Malort.
It was
Well, here's the key
Oh,
with
boy.
Malort: is you have to pour it right into your eyeballs. That's
Yeah.
the way you get the
Yeah.
most out
That's
of it.
what it feels like putting it down my throat. Honestly,
Yeah.
might as well be my eyes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Ready?
Do you want me to time you? Take this.
No.
Honestly, it's best just to get it over with.
Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's the face.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Talk about salt the rim, right? Huh? A little bit of lime.
Salt the rim.
If you put lime on just about anything,
Yeah, watch
but
it
not
out, this Los-
Malort.
Yeah.
This fucking Los Locos. Tell us about this. Oh,
So,
God, you fucking dickhead. Oh. It lingers in the worst
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
It's like black licorice.
It's you think you're
on the
getting
back
over
of
it.
your tongue.
You think you're done with it, but you're gonna live with it for the next at least.
Dude, that's
90
like the
seconds.
next like hot wing special where like,
wait till it
people
comes
eat
out.
like a chip
Yeah.
with the most like the hottest chip in the world. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm upset with myself, with you.
That's fair. Everything
think
you're
the whiskey
saying is
shits
fair.
are
Yeah,
bad.
it's reasonable.
Malort.
Well, I hope everybody
Yeah.
that's at the show later got what they paid for.
So, Josh, tell them about Los Locos.
Los Locos. Classic.
Made by assholes.
Made
God
by
damn
a
it.
bunch of jerks.
You know what? I can't argue with that. That's
I mean, some of
a
us
fair
are decent
assessment.
people. This was all Nate's idea. Corn-based Mexican lager. Light, refreshing, with lime and salt added.
Yeah.
So it's what you want Corona to be.
Yeah, I normally would say it's my
Not a
go-to, but
virus,
You guys,
mostly.
We
did
really
not.
fucked you up.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now you're gonna associate.
why did you even want this? Why did you want me to drink Malort?
Malort.
Can we get past it,
Have you
please?
like?
No, I
that is
I
what.
still taste it, Josh. I would love to get past it.
That
I
is
would love
literally
to.
the-
How about Los Locos? A nice, refreshing
I
Los
have.
Locos.
I've been drinking it.
Now you're gonna hate it. It's
Listen,
like Pavlovian response.
Tomorrow's April Fool's, so you might as well do April Fool's a day early, and you just got pranked.
Yeah, but it's not even a prank. It's a very deliberate drink. This. Like,
So I've got a long history with Malort.
Anytime,
I don't want to
though.
get into it today, but for about a year and a half, I couldn't drink it, and I've kind of gotten back into it. So my sales rep Tom,
he's in
Tom,
sales. You have to say no.
He's from kind of the Kansas City area, and they sell it in Kansas City. So he was back visiting family, and he brought it back. He brought a little 6-pack of those mini bottles for me, and I was like, God bless your soul.
Man,
And
I don't know.
I was saving that one. I was saving that one for a special occasion, and then I saw it on my desk before we left, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna make Corey drink this.
I'm glad this is right up there with your wedding.
I
I
got
feel
married
good
on
about it.
Zoom in December.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
You have good.
Thanks for not inviting me. Also.
Yeah.
Next time I'll let you know when we're gonna sit in my home office and do this over at Zoom.
No, I meant to. It was just like, thanks for not inviting me to your Zoom.
Oh,
wedding.
got it. Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
I'm glad.
Sure.
I hope it was a
Yeah.
good connection. Okay.
Yeah.
This is it's the Malort, not the joke,
We're still
right?
recovering.
I'm still on the
Still
Malort.
recovering here.
Do you guys?
I mean, a Malort, I feel like is a prank. Anytime you go to Chicago, somebody's like, you have to try a Malort. Like it's always set
It's a
up as a
joke.
prank.
Yeah.
Anytime you hang out with
It's-
Nate. Like we
Yeah.
went to after GABF session last year. We
After.
go
Yeah.
to
No, it was
after
2019. Yeah.
Well, yeah, sorry, 2000. Last year didn't happen.
Yeah, also did.
Anyways, 2019, we go. Where was it?
Fresh Craft.
Fresh Craft. There, drinking some beers, having a good time, and this guy's like, we should do Malort shots. So I did a Malort shot, threw up in my mouth, and I left. And that was the end of my GABF.
I did
and
too.
every single time I hang out with this guy.
Yeah, it's fun.
yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, it's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right,
If
let's
looks
do
could
the
kill. I
Better
think
you than
that's
me.
Yeah, I
what
want to talk about these times. This is actually
Let's do the
exciting.
times.
You guys are the first two to ever have the rechug. Not on the same episode. There's been a couple times people get too drunk because they do it twice in a row.
I'm glad we did
But,
it early. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have your
That helps.
times in relation.
I'm nervous.
To the last time.
I'm nervous.
First of all, which of you think was quicker?
I
between
think
your-
he was quicker.
I don't know. I think he was faster.
I think Josh was quicker.
All right, Josh, we'll start with you. I think that you had a quicker chug, but unfortunately, I did see the beer touch your lips before you actually started drinking it, so I started timing you about a second too early.
No, that's your fault.
Yeah,
then.
don't-
That's not my. It touched his lips.
I'm sorry.
That's
I
always
should
been
have
the rule.
explained my
Precision
technique
timing
first.
here.
I didn't. I wasn't clear on the rules.
That's
I'm sorry.
okay.
All right, so there's a potential 1 second caveat on here.
Potential 1 second caveat. Yes.
Asterisk.
You did beat out your old time. Your old time
Real bad.
was sorry, spreadsheets, they're hard to read, right, Nate?
Yeah.
6.53 seconds was your last time.
It's embarrassing.
bad.
With
It's
the 1
embarrassing.
second caveat, you finished this time at 6.3.
Oh, jeez.
Congratulations.
Hey, all right.
Better. However,
Which actually, I was like, I thought this one was good. I thought you did it fucking. I thought you.
you
nailed
really chugged it, but you had it on your lips for like a second before you started chugging, so I started timing as soon as it hit your lips.
I hesitated. I needed to prepare
Practice
myself.
next time, yeah.
Yeah,
Your
I'll do
time,
better next
however, is tied exactly at 6.3 seconds with Jordan from the first episode.
Is it really?
So, that's
you,
pretty
Jordan.
wild.
Yeah, suck it.
What is the? And we can go over this after. But what is the top 10 right now?
The top 10 is not budged in a long time.
I know, but what's like the 10th best time?
The 10th best time is, I have to look it up on a different device.
That's okay.
I can do that, though. We'll figure it out.
Pretty quick.
Oh, no. Instagram's being dumb. It's on Instagram, so
Obviously.
obviously, check it out. 10th time is 2.49 seconds.
I told you, dude. It's hard without that 8%.
Yeah.
You got to have that 8%er.
Fuck.
I mean,
Nate,
Yeah.
your two chugs are back to back to each other in the standings out of like 100. Your timing is so
Wow.
consistent.
At least I'm consistent.
consistent.
Right?
Yes.
You're like right on
I
it.
wanted to break into that, but
Your last time was 5.93 seconds. Today you did it in 5.86.
Whoa!
So-
all right. So
All right,
personal
shaved
best.
off, yeah,
PR.
there you go. All
Personal
right.
record.
Moving on up
Okay.
and consistent.
Consistency.
Consistently
Consistency
moving
is
on up.
key, yeah.
That's great.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. As long as you guys feel good about it.
I feel great.
That helps.
Josh is pissed. Josh,
I can do better.
Josh
I can do better.
That's all right.
I mean, one, I wish that, the timer was better, but,
Whoa.
it's all right.
we have
I mean,
video
that's fair.
evidence. Okay.
And pass me one of those, too.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure, bud.
So, I've got two questions.
Okay.
I want to get back into our previous discussion for sure. But other than Malort, what are some other terrible alcohols that you guys have gotten too drunk on? I mean, Fernet is one for me.
Yeah, Fernet. Every time I take a shot of Fernet, I feel like that's where my night turns for the worse.
I regret it every time. I only ever do shots of Fernet to feel like I'm a part of the group. That's it. I'm never gonna do it on my own. It's
Yeah.
because somebody that works at the bar is like, we do shots of Fernet.
Yeah,
Like we're gonna
yeah.
do one now, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I want you to like me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
that's a
We're-
part of this.
Being sales guys, that's
Yeah,
My
I'm not gonna say
personality's
no.
not my own anymore.
Not gonna say no.
I used to work at a liquor store that was just down the block from the Forest Room 5 in the Highlands.
Oh yeah.
And like we sold Fernet shots. We did like a 3 for $5 deal or something, and the staff of this bar would come in to buy them from us, and it would be 2 of them, and so the third one was for me. And so if you're listening to this, Leo, it's too late. You can't fire me, but yeah, I just get really, really shit faced with
Hell
the
yeah.
Forest Room 5 guys on Fernet, and if we were out of Fernet, that's when it just got.
Yeah,
Really
Leo.
weird with the peppermint schnapps.
And people did drugs in your bathroom too.
Yeah.
Think about that, Leo.
I don't know. I plugged it one time, but yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah, nobody's ripping shots of Fernet and doesn't do coke in the bathroom. Like that's not. That's not. Those two
at the
things
high-end
don't go,
wine shop in the Lower Highlands.
Because at that point, your senses are so dulled. I just need the most ridiculous flavor and taste imaginable in order to make my life complete.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah.
Ours was when I was growing up, Barton's vodka was
It's
a
bad.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad. It was just your generic nail polish vodka that came in a plastic bottle for $6. It was fucking
Sure.
atrocious.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
supposed to use
Yeah,
it
we
for
see
nail
a lot of
polish.
those little
Yeah.
bottles like on the streets around here.
Little Bartons, yeah.
Yeah.
People, I mean, they have a following. Yeah. There's do you remember? Did you ever go up to Prohibition Pig up in Waterbury? It was it's this bar in Waterbury, Vermont. They have Fernet on tap. And
Yeah,
I'm
I've
like, wow,
seen that.
you guys do lots of blow here. You
Yeah.
guys
Oh, yeah,
do
absolutely.
tons of cocaine.
Yeah.
in this place.
Instead of a bathroom attendant, it's just a dealer.
Yeah.
Selling
Yeah.
bumps for $10 a line.
I mean, who's getting great blow
Yeah.
in Waterbury? In Waterbury,
You know
Vermont?
where? Yeah.
Is this supposed to be brown?
yeah,
Like,
it's been stepped on enough times. It's just sawdust at
yeah.
this point.
Yay.
One time I won one of the Jägermeister dispenser machines.
No.
from the radio. I totally did.
Wait, so it's like a call-in thing, and you're like, you're the 50
No,
cent caller.
dude. It was okay. So one of my favorite bands is Portugal the Man, and for some reason the Jägermeister tour was always like butt rock, like Disturbed or Korn or like whatever. And then
Just
one
call
year,
it butt rock?
yeah, and then one year. They were like, we're gonna have this fucking Portugal the Man do it, which is they're like bluesy, jammy, trippy music, right? Indie pop, all of it. I'm not good at describing their style, but it was just like an email thing. I sent him my email, and I won a Jägermeister fucking guitar that's worth like $1,000, a tiny little amp that's logoed, and this machine, the Jägermeister machine. And
That's kind of a haul.
I still have the guitar. I mean, it sucked on my taxes because I was like young and broke. I still have the guitar and the amp. I sold the machine to my friend with a case of Red Bull. I sold him a case of Red
Did
Bull.
you use the
and
machine at all?
Yeah.
I drank out of it one time, the first night when I
You
gave it to
you
him.
get a bottle and you're like, I got this thing.
Yeah.
Let's fucking rip
You
it.
have to like chill the bottle beforehand. Because
What's the point of the machine then?
It does chill it, but because we had just opened it, we had to chill the bottle ahead of
I
time
see,
because
I
it
see,
wasn't
yeah.
like plugged in and running.
Because it's
Okay,
not a
okay.
good machine.
I was gonna say, yeah, okay, yeah, it was free, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Because in my mind, the whole pitch would be, you don't even have to chill the bottle.
You
Like,
get the
it's-
bottle, you stick
Right.
it in, you
Or
drink it,
you
it's
had to-
cold,
It's
it's
not like
If
you
you
want to
just
drink it
get
like
it-
right away, right? So you could either let it sit and wait for an hour to cool off, or you just
Right, and we're like, no, we got this
Well-
case of Red Bull because I sold it to my friend, right? So we still hung out and drank out of it, and then they like had the band autograph the guitar, and it was tight.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
While we're talking about music, little thing, I want to get your guys' opinion.
Okay.
I don't want to hear yours until they give it. Steve.
I'm an opinionated person.
Who did the shot of Malort here?
I am high, so
Okay, you're in a car with your buddy. A song comes on their playlist, and you're just not feeling it. And can you ask them to just go to the next song?
It's their car?
yes.
Yeah, I have no qualms with it.
Just you just go next song.
Be like,
it's
I
not
fucking-
even.
I say I fucking hate this song. We're changing it.
Sure. Here's the thing.
Nope,
Josh,
Josh.
See, I would not ask them to change it. I would just make fun of it the whole time it was on.
Yeah.
And then,
See, but he didn't ask me to change it.
I did.
You did not ask me to change it. You said the song sucks, which is fine.
What have we gotten into?
But guess what?
No,
guess what? I'm driving. It's my car. Those are the fucking rules. That's how it works.
Mom,
Yes.
Dad, stop
Not hard.
fighting. Stop fighting, guys.
Yeah.
It's not hard to just like change to the next song.
I know, but I don't give a shit. I'm listening to a song that I like.
But all right, here's what I would say is that you and I align very much on music.
Sure.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
not a lot of instances.
What was the song?
It's a Glass Animal song.
It was a really bad Glass Animal song.
Okay.
A
And
lot
I
of
like-
people didisagree with
What
it.
I will say is that I really like Glass Animal. I like Glass Animals.
Okay.
Despise that song.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not fun. It's just not a good song. So I'm just trying to get somebody else to weigh in on the
I think
situation.
there's a little give and take, right? So that way, next time Corey's driving, you're like, this song fucking blows.
But that's the thing is he's played shitty songs and I never said shit.
Well, you can't.
I'm
but
sorry,
you
that's
can.
on you.
But no,
You lost. That was
no,
your
it's not because I'm
opportunity.
not driving. It's not my music, so I'm just willing to go with the flow. And you should be.
Yeah.
Because if you're ever
you're
at
also
a bar,
high.
if let's say I'm at your bar, Josh, I'm at your bar, and I don't like a song that's playing, do I go up to the bartender and say, "Hey, this is your thing. You're listening to your music.
Is the bartender-
Please fucking
Okay.
change
Hold
it."
Do
on,
you want to get
hold on.
86?
So
Is
I-
the bartender a good friend of yours, and you're the only two people in the bar?
Are you paying
I
for your
think-
beers?
I think that's key, right? Because I mean, I've done a lot of like work with, and I've ridden in cars with distributor reps for 8-10 hours at a time, and you're just like, God, I can't fucking listen to this anymore. But I don't know them that well. I want them to like me and sell my beer, so you just sit around and listen to whatever. But if it's someone I know, I'm just like, this song fucking sucks.
I will
Change it.
stab
If I
you
listen
in the
to
neck
Vampire
if I listen to
Vampire
it
Weekend
anymore.
comes on, so I swear to God, I'm fucking destroying
Yeah.
this place. Yeah.
Well, I also have a very eclectic music taste that is a little bit higher standards. So,
Do you?
Oh,
Do
dude.
ya?
I mean,
Do ya?
if you want to talk music sometime, I will fucking go and go.
I don't.
Because all you listen to is pop punk, did it, clap, clap.
That's mostly what you listen to.
Sometimes. Again, eclectic taste. I listen to other things.
Okay, so
All
we
right,
got a
it
split
sounds like
decision.
it sounds like the vein runs a little deeper, but I think we have a baseline level.
we got
of
a
okay,
split
not
decision.
okay. Yeah.
We got a split decision.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So getting back into what we were talking about before, slushy and smoothie sours.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you had posted
Muffin
something.
mix.
You had posted something on Facebook. Because
Yeah.
I think you were just getting a feeler to guide your own morals. I think you
Yeah.
were just like, what should I do? I'm gonna make a decision. It's
Yeah.
like you were gonna drop a bomb, but you were like, I feel bad about it, and I need people to tell me why I feel bad.
Yeah, I mean,
about
I guess So the question was like, what's everyone's thoughts on these slushy smoothie style sours, right? And I think, I've probably spoken at length, and so has Josh, and I tend to be a purist in my own personal consumption, but I think there's this kind of the give and take, and like I was telling you, I kind of caught up on a lot of the past episodes you guys did, over the last couple of weeks, and the Upslope one is like, hey, these guys, they just put out a New England IPA,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Brand new to them, and I think their pale ale has been one of my consistent favorite beers of all time. Their craft lager is amazing. Everything Upslope does is great, but I think in terms of consumer taste and shifting, there's a lot of breweries that have stayed true to their styles, and have become irrelevant. And I think that there's always this vein of like, hey, do we want to keep trying new things and testing out new boundaries, or hopefully we haven't gotten to the point where we're just throwing shit in beer, which I between you and I,
Some people are.
yeah, right.
Some people definitely are.
And so I guess my take on it and why I think that we're gonna try one and I know it's gonna be great is our regular mainline beers have consistently improved over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
We've
In terms of throwing shit in beers, I did try the Sour Patch Kids beer.
Yeah.
I tried. It was actually really good.
and you heard my
liked
thoughts
it.
on it. I was like, fuck, I hate that fucking
Yeah,
beer.
yeah.
But we sell a lot of it, and it tastes pretty good.
I would not have
if
had
that's your
more
thing.
than like a sample.
Exactly,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
And
No, and I get it.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me that you made a post about it. And
Yeah.
you're like, I need
It
to
was-
weigh my conscience.
Yeah,
here about,
yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah.
And you got mixed reviews in the comment section where it's easy. All right, I will say this, fuck Yingling, and the thing about being in our position is that we don't work for a brewery, so
Yeah.
we can sit on our high horse as much as
Yeah.
we want.
I do. It doesn't.
I know. That's why you won't change the song, because you're on your high horse about the
Yeah.
music that you like. But we can say whatever we want, right? Like with no consequence, and without any without something hanging in the balance in
Yeah.
terms of sales or making sure people like you guys have a business to run, right? So it's easy for me to just be like, fuck this,
Yeah.
you're selling out, you're just pandering to the masses, so to speak. But I totally understand your perspective
Yeah.
as well.
And I think that one thing I want to I want to make sure that I go on record as saying is that I wouldn't be, and we wouldn't be exploring doing this if we hadn't really improved our brewing processes and our testing systems and our we have an inline flash pasteurizer, so we're not going to have exploding cans. I mean, to test this stuff, we went and got a can of 450 North.
Yeah.
And it was fairly fresh, right? And we opened it up on the table right where you guys are sitting, and it exploded all over the table. And I'm like, fuck. This, we can't have this. And
Did it really? Did it like geyser like a homebrew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How fast?
Like
you
my
chug it?
Fuck.
It-
All right, so
we've already
fucking
sung-
Ling
we've already-
and fuck 450
and
North.
so
That's
we-
been
yeah.
also actually that's not your words; those are my words. I want to make that very
No,
clear.
I'll
But
go
we-
on
Please
record.
edit out
Those
your
guys.
opinion from this podcast.
But
No,
I
man.
think
Like
that-
I've bashed on 450 North from the start. You know
No,
that.
I'm just saying. Anytime I have an opinion, it gets edited out.
I think that we have
'cause it's your
the
decision.
brewers and we have the equipment to do this right.
Yeah.
And I think that if anyone can make this beer right and make a beer that we're proud of, it's our brew team. And is it going to be an all the time thing for us? No, we're not going to become a slushy factory. But I think that we just want to see, can we fucking do it? We have equipment these other breweries don't have.
Yeah.
So we can shelf stabilize beer, and goddamn, Evan and Jordan and Brian are fucking good at what they do.
So you do
And
have
they
some of
they
this
can
here.
take they can take beer that they hate and make it amazing.
Sure.
And you never know what you're going to learn from it either.
Yeah.
Like when you're putting muffin mix and marshmallow cream.
Is that what you guys put in it?
There's
In a
actual
beer.
muffin mix and
Be
marshmallow.
poured,
cream.
yeah, in a beer with the blueberry, blackberry puree, and vanilla, real vanilla.
Yeah.
It was what did we use to test? It was like the tropical tart and juicy base that we just added all this stuff in, and it's like, let's see what happens.
So there's going to be tons.
So you're saying I should text Javi and tell him to bring us some
bring
of
some
that.
up.
Bring some up.
I think there's going to be so many brewers and stuff that are listening to this, and guys from production that are like, fuck that, and the guys like Bill
Yeah.
I over at Pros can do that, right?
Yeah.
They've found this niche of this German style beer. We like to explore different styles. We like to explore different things. We've got a production team that I think is second to none in the state right now. Our beer is consistently improving. Our Baptist beers are better than they've ever been.
Yeah, dude, they're phenomenal.
yeah.
The
And-
Baptist series in particular.
And
is
I
so
think
good.
if we're going to try something that maybe we're not totally passionate about, at least we can learn something about and try to give something to beer consumers that is different and new and exciting, right?
Yeah.
So we don't want to be a one-trick pony. We can't be that.
No, I know that.
So,
and
yeah.
just from me coming from like a
Again.
a hoity-toity douchebag
It-
standpoint, I was just like, what? I guess where the fun conversation to me starts is when my opinion has changed so much about breweries that are quote unquote sellouts. In terms, a lot of times when people think about it that way,
Yeah, we sell our beer. Yes.
Yes, yeah. And he wanted to sell out. No, sorry, I don't want to belabor
Yeah.
the point, but
No.
like when people say like a smaller brewery like gets bought out by a bigger brewery, they're like, hey, they sold out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then my brain kind of went to, well, if you're only making a beer that's pandering to an audience, like, isn't that also selling out? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because
But what-
here's the thing about like the craft beer, and the only reason this matters even as a conversation is because people in the craft beer community hold certain things so near and dear to their heart, and they're so
Yeah.
quick to dismiss other breweries for
this-
decisions that they make. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, well, what is it you don't like here? Like, I understand like the counterpoints to places that sell, like, if they're acquired by a bigger brewery or venture capital or whatever the fuck it happens to be. Like, I understand why you don't like that. But then at the same token, my brain's thinking like, but what's morally better about only making something because it's gonna sell and it's not really what you want to do? And I'm not saying you guys don't do it well.
Yeah.
We've had guests on the show and they're good friends of ours that do these things particularly well, and I respect them for it.
Yeah.
It's just. Do you get what I'm? Do you understand?
I
what I'm
would,
saying?
I would
get what you're
argue,
saying, right?
I would also argue that this is the same with comedy in every sense too.
Sure.
Literally everything you just listed could be attributed to like comedians, quote unquote, selling out. And it's like, do you want to tell jokes? Do you want to get, like I would sell out in a fucking heartbeat. I can't wait to.
Right.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like,
But I mean, really, when you think about whether it's beer or comedy, I mean, there's not a lot of things people have this kind of same passion opinion about, right?
same.
And,
Yeah, for both.
I mean,
No, there's not.
Fuck. If you have a strong opinion about toilet paper, I'd love to hear it. Right?
3-ply.
Yeah.
3-ply for sure.
Shouldn't make 3-ply. God, if they do, I'm looking for that.
If you get single ply,
I mean, that's just
not a good move.
But I
I've
mean,
done that before.
I'm with you, and I guess I think what was interesting about that post I made was, I'm trying to come from a place of, I have a foot in both worlds of, man, I love it if we could make a fucking amazing, German Helles Bock, and it would sell like crazy. Those are kind of passion projects for us that are great for the Taproom, but it's kind of the sales guy. We also have to balance what we can sell. Our tank space is at a premium and things like that. So, I'm sure that if another brewery is listening to this, they're going to shit on me for kind of taking this salesman politician, kissing a baby while I'm stealing his lollipop type thing. But
Don't worry about
well,
it. This is our show.
I just-
you don't give
yeah,
a
right,
fuck
it's just-
about
I
anybody
I mean, I'll
else.
double down on that and say, like, yeah, I mean, Taproom, distribution, wherever, it's like we want to have something for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not. We want to have something for the untapped super beer nerds and come in and drink Big Bad Baptist, renowned beer.
And then the dude from Douglas County that has his New Balance and
And
knee
then
socks
yeah,
on.
you come in here and try super epic lager.
Velcro.
Velcro.
That's a good shot.
And we get the people walking up the street from STEM, have a Paca seltzer, want to have something for everybody because we
Yeah.
get everybody in here. And the whole thing about craft beer
Even open mic comedians.
and even, the open mic people, I mean, they're drinking this weird shit too. So I don't want to, hear it. But
they're weird
we
people.
don't want to it's all about bringing people together over
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
good
like
beer.
what's the grand scheme?
And it's
Yeah,
not
I
for
know.
us to say what people should like.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to get in. I think that you have a good
Interesting.
point. Like,
Interesting. It's not
I've
for
thought
you
about
to-
this a lot. Of like, is this just a cash grab?
Well, and there's
I
something-
guess,
It's all a cash grab.
Yeah, it all
We're
is.
selling our beer.
Yeah, but I mean,
But the other, it's weird. Beer lives in this weird limbo where people feel like they have an identity to certain brands, and they are beholden to certain ideals that they're willing
You're
to bend on
asking
for
to be
certain
lied
things.
to.
Yeah.
It's fucking it's
It's
dumb.
a brand.
So I think actually more than anything, what I hate more than what I actually hate is the people that typically follow that style.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily the style itself. It's just the people that become very indignant about getting it.
Yeah.
And they're selling $25 4-packs. They get very self-righteous about the beer itself, and then they also try to pawn it off on the secondary market for like $40 to $50 4-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that
Yeah.
part of it.
I mean,
which kind of comes along with the culture of it. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen with other styles, and it hasn't happened or anything. But
I think you're driving at a really good point. It's like, at one point, I think there was some discussion about kind of calling this slushy project that we're working on like cash grab beer.
yeah,
Right. But I think that diminishes the effort that our brewers put into it.
No,
and
not
then
at all.
and then secondarily, I think that you and we've spoken at this on length, and it's that it's not the beer itself that I hate, right? It's the culture of this. Can't get it as reselling on the second market, that type of shit. This kind of gamification of beer.
Yeah.
It's not what it's
that's
about.
really kind of driving me in the wrong direction, and that I dislike. And
yeah, because that's not that. Now all of a sudden, those are people that I don't want to hang out.
Yeah,
with.
I
like
don't-
the beer
yeah.
community. Like the reason we do this podcast, the reason we do the shows at breweries is because beer people are people we want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Because of the similarities between
Yeah.
our industries. And then as soon as you start introducing all these other fucking schmucks and shills and whatever else, that it's just like you're just all of a sudden integrating a type of person that I'm like, I don't really
Yeah.
want to like I don't want you to be a part of my team kind of thing.
Who's the comic book guy in The Simpsons?
Comic book guy.
That's just his name?
Yeah, that's his name.
It's like that. It's like
I think they do reveal it in like the shitty seasons.
It's that
Season
kind of that
16.
idea of like I'm the expert on all this
like
stuff, but I'm
muffins.
just an observer, right?
Blueberry muffin.
Yeah. So this used to be a lot chunkier.
Dude, I actually
I said it's about to kick. This is the very end of the
this used to
keg.
be-
It's one of those things.
I
I've
feel like
been
all the
shaking
muffin
it
mix like
every
rolls
time.
to the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah.
And it comes out chunky and foamy.
By the way, while
It's
you're
really good.
While you're throwing,
I hate how much I like it. I hate myself for loving this.
While you're throwing out TV person references, I was on a call today, literally, and somebody was like, I had mentioned that I used to work at Sierra, and they were like, "Oh, do you know this person from there?" And they said his name was Dale, and I was like, I think so, but I don't know. Is his name Gribble? Like Dale Gribble? And then and then they were like, I don't know, maybe. And then because I thought that was their name legitimately. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh no, that was a guy from fucking King of the Hill.
Conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
So legit, I have to go
It's
back.
just I don't know. It's weird. So
But you talk about so with comedy, if you want to get the payout, that you're like down to do that. But don't you? All right,
Because
But
I
who's
would
your
say-
audience?
hold on, let me. So
I do have like what I'm saying though is like if you there's still more, but if you can sell it, right? Like I'm not a clean comic, but I know that if I want to make really good money at stand up, I have to be doing clean comedy.
sure, but are you doing that?
Not really, but if I'm going like I could make that conscious decision to work only clean.
Right, but you're not.
Currently,
So
not
that's
to
the-
say
that's-
that I won't ever.
That's the sake of the argument, is that like you're not doing that, even though you know that it would be more lucrative for your career.
Right, but I know people that have done that and they're amazing comics.
Sure. Yeah. The difference to me would be, okay, clean comedy is one thing, but if you're just willing to sell like whatever somebody else puts it in front of you from a comedy perspective, where they're like writing your jokes and then all of a sudden you're
It sounds like somebody that writes.
just doing hacky shit.
Yeah, sounds like people that write for SNL.
But would you be
I would
willing to do that?
absolutely write for SNL. Yeah.
Okay, so you would say,
Lauren.
Yeah, Lauren Michaels
Lauren.
listens to this podcast, so
You would totally
hit him
do
up.
Well, that's surprising to me because I feel like you're so beholden to your jokes and you don't want to you want to do your own thing when
Of
it comes
course,
to comedy.
yeah, but
So the fact that you'd be willing to just compromise all of it.
you
the
can
sake of-
still do both though. It's possible to do both. Like you can sell out while still doing your own thing. I don't think any brewery would sell out completely not doing a little bit of their own thing, right?
Sure.
Like if
I
you're
mean, is there a comic that you guys can think of? I mean, I don't know. Bob Saget comes to mind, right? Like, dude was on Full House, but then he does the joke about fucking a dead corpse
Yeah.
in its eyeball.
he also hosted America's Funniest Videos.
Don't forget
right?
that.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's
Well,
strange to think about, right? Like,
With comics, most of the comics that are willing to do that you've never heard of because they gave up on doing comedy so early enough that they just dove into a writing career.
okay.
I don't know that that's completely true.
I think it's pretty true.
I don't know, man. Hosting anything is like one of the hardest things to do in comedy, really.
But that's not. I'm not talking about hosting.
Then what are you talking? Just
I'm talking
writing?
about people that so many comics that are like on the circuit, so to speak, but they're not well-known names, right? You get an opportunity to write for a TV show, and then that money is paying really well, so then you never keep developing your comedy because you're just writing for the show.
I disagree. I know plenty of comics that write for the show and work on their own comedy.
Okay, who?
So many fucking people, dude.
So many.
Most comics, honestly.
so many.
Yeah.
Who?
Dude, fucking seriously, the dudes from corporate both had their own TV show. All of the Grolics.
Who are the guys
had their
from?
own
Who are the
TV
guys? Who are the guys from corporate?
Do you never watch that show? Matt Ingebretson and what's his name? Yeah, but I mean all the Grolics, dude. Like
Okay,
they,
no, I
they
get
can
the
write
Grolics.
for something.
I get the Growlix.
and still do their own thing.
Yes.
So many comics. I worked with a dude at Looney's 2 weeks ago that writes for Ellen, but he still does his own stand-up.
Right. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying that they don't become profound stand-up comics and like household names because they chose to write for a TV show first. And
I don't think that's
well,
true.
the other caveat to that would be the Growlix made their own TV show.
Yeah.
I'm talking about writing gigs. You're talking about...
Yeah, but they didn't write everything, dude. They had people write for them, too. People write for each other all the time. Comics write for other comics.
No, I know, but I feel like we're getting a little lost in the weeds. There's a separation between... Okay, let's say somebody approached us about Bukes and the Pukes, and...
Yeah. Famous trio. Yes.
It's our show.
Soon to be famous.
Sure.
We're writing for our show.
Yeah, I would still write my own stand-up on the side.
Yes. So, there's lots of comics that start doing stand-up, and then they don't get their own show, but they get a job writing for somebody else to take that opportunity because the money's really good.
Yeah, I still would say the majority still also do their own stand-up at that point.
I don't
Look
think
at Ian Carmel is the head writer for late-night TV, and he still writes his own stuff.
Who's
like-
Ian Carmel?
That says more about me.
Do you guys know Ian
you than
Carmel?
me.
No.
So 3 out of 4 people at this table
Okay.
don't know who Ian Carmel is, which
Sure.
is kind of getting to that's my point.
So I guess
Is
Corey,
like-
the kind of a follow-up question to this then is like, okay, writing your own comedy, brewing your whatever. If you take the step of saying, hey, I'm going to go away from what I originally was, and this is what's going to keep me employed or keep roof over my head or whatever. If they acknowledge that versus just trying to spin it and say, no, this is what I really wanted to do. We were always a slushy factory. We just happened to make clear IPAs before.
Yeah.
I mean that seems disingenuous, right? Clearly, but it seems like if you say, yeah, you know what, we used to make West Coast IPAs, now we make slushy style beers, and they sell really well, and we got to be pretty fucking good at it. Is it what I want to be doing? Is it my first passion? No, but I still
No.
do a little.
Yeah,
of this
But I'm
on the
going to
side.
make money
So
doing
I
this.
guess. So I
I'm going
guess
to make money doing this.
Does
Yeah.
it make it different then if the person who is in this situation acknowledges kind of the hypocrisy of the situation?
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where I think
does
the
that make
term-
the pill easier to swallow?
I think that's
guess?
the term selling out, though. I think that's where it really comes from. I think in terms, even like punk rock, you look at like punk through the 80s, and it's like any band that sold out was when they started to like make money doing something that they didn't necessarily love, but could still like, right? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be the best thing you've ever put out.
At some point, it's your job, not your passion anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
Something, right? I don't
is
know.
a
Does that
home
sound
brewer
stupid?
selling out if they open up a brewery? Are they selling out if they go work for
It all
a
depends
different
on,
person
It
at
all
a
depends
brewery?
on
Yeah.
scale.
Yeah.
right?
It's all based on scale.
perspective, So it's like I'm a home brewer. I'm gonna drop $200 on some obscure ingredient and make a beer that only I'm gonna like.
You'd be
Like
a
it-
garage warrior.
Yeah, right. But if I do
One
anything other
barrel
than
at a
that, is
time.
that selling out?
One pint at a time.
Yeah, I mean, it's like just
Sure.
at some point you're always
real
selling
big
out.
fish. Like that's kind of what the song is about. the
Literally.
sellout.
Everybody
Yeah,
on the
song
Tony
called that,
Hawk
yeah.
Pro Skater soundtrack.
I love that song.
Sold
Speaking of
out.
songs, I would
Sellouts.
never yell at you for
God,
listening
someone-
to.
Someone was saying our
Sell
head brewer
out.
was saying that he downloaded like the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater from like 1997 or whatever, and I was like, God damn it, I still have that fucking soundtrack burned into my
Dude, that
goddamn-
soundtrack.
Fucking
If I,
Goldfinger.
if I hear that fucking Goldfinger
Yeah.
song one more time,
Or
like, that's-
Millencolin, the only song from
Yeah.
Millencolin you ever cared about.
Dude, I actually love
yeah.
Millencolin.
Dude, it's so funny how those video games
Yeah.
just like and skate
Yeah.
culture in general just totally transformed my own
Yeah.
music genesis, so to speak. It totally changed the game for me.
If I gotta hear that fucking Goldfinger song again, I will. Put
Which one was it? Which Goldfinger song was it?
Superman.
Yeah. I think they also. I think at
Here I
some point.
am, doing everything I can.
I want to say it like by like the fourth one, they also had their 99 Balloons cover on there.
Oh yeah, it was definitely on there.
Equally as bad, yeah.
Yeah, that was totally on there. Oh, dude, so you did come to our Shane Torres show.
Yeah.
You were so stoked about that.
I was really excited. Thank you guys.
He was
so
very
much for
excited
getting
to tell me
taken care
about
of.
it.
Oh man,
Yeah.
he
On
even
Monday.
he was like, "Hey, can I meet Shane?" And I was just like,
At that point, I was feeling pretty loose. I mean, I remember my wife was like, "Do you need one more Dale's Pale Ale?" And I was like, "Yes." I don't even think I finished it because
but you were like, "Don't say anything. Don't say anything stupid."
"Yeah."
This
I
is
was,
my
I was like, "Don't
dumb-"
tell him." Yeah.
I'm like, "What do you think I'm gonna wait?" You're not
Yeah.
my friend. Like, I'm not gonna
No,
go
I was-
up to the guy and be like, "Hey, this guy's a douche. He really wanted to meet you."
Well, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, at that point, I was pretty tuned up, and I was like, I was like, you don't want to seem like you're like, hey, shit, I love this dude. He's fucking hilarious. And I want to like, it's weird for me, right?
Yeah,
like,
sure. You
it's
just wanted
weird.
to like go and say hi.
Yeah, I mean, generally when I see like, famous people, I'm just like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm seeing it. I try not to walk up and be like,
fanboy.
but yeah, this is kind of an opportunity I had to take. That was awesome.
Also
That was
pretty cool
something
to
special.
see him in like a small
Yeah,
setting too, right?
Yeah, seeing him at that. And I remember that bar where Oscar Blues was called Baccarat for a long time. And before that, it was, I think that was the World of Beer.
Oh, was it? It was a world of beer?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know
I've
that.
definitely done drugs in the bathroom at the Baccarat.
And shots of Fernet.
Yeah. And at one point, Baccarat was like a nice bar. It was like a nice, like Mediterranean wine bar. And
I
then
hate
it
how much I
devolved
like
into
this beer.
Like college party, like CU Boulder bar.
You're talking about the smoothie?
Yeah.
Smoothie.
But yeah, that was super cool. Thank you so much for letting me meet Shane Torres. That was awesome. He's hilarious. I love that. It's great. And honestly, I've seen so many like awesome comics just going around to see you guys' shows.
Yeah, I mean,
And
the show you guys had here last week.
Oh, dude, that was
mean,
a
those
banger.
guys,
That was a
yeah.
banger. That was really good.
I mean, even those
Last
guys,
fall.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hang out with these
like,
guys for a
Littleton.
while.
Oh, yeah. Was
We were
that?
out in like the back lot.
Oh,
Halfpenny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That was
right.
great.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Josh. So you had so the last show we did here. You thought it went well. I thought it went well.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was fun. Like we had a full house, and all the comics on the show were fucking
Really,
awesome.
really funny. Hey, here's a question. Did you guys know that we called the police in the middle of the show?
what?
No.
Yeah.
I did, but I wasn't here. So how? Is there a question?
Yeah,
It's
whoa.
because you called them on Steve.
Yeah, I guess. No, there was a drunk dude outside who was threatening to fight both me and Tom in the middle of the show, and
Tom DeLong. He was also at the show.
I was very proud of ourselves for how we like managed to get this guy to run away in fear for his freedom.
Where was I?
Without,
Was I sitting
you were sitting right there, like
What, did
everybody
he
was
refuse
right
to
there.
wear a mask inside?
No, he didn't even come in. He was one of like the two tables outside. The second table was the bartender that night's roommate. The drunk guy was trying to convince us that it was his sister-in-law, as he's constantly going over there to harass them. When we asked him, hey, you need to stay at your table because COVID, and B, you're being creepy. He like took off his shirt and tried to fight us.
Hey, just like that guy. Was that the open mic?
It
Was it the
Might
guy
have
at the
been.
open
Same guy,
mic?
yeah.
It was the guy.
Like,
at
are
the
we
open
sure it
mic.
was the open mic? This guy, he accused us of being Biden voters.
Accused.
He said we
Accused.
wanted.
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
accused of being Biden voters who wanted our student loans forgiven.
We do.
At which point
What
he
the f-
stormed
This
out.
guy's only calling out good points.
You're like-
I think this guy's a prophet. Yeah.
fair enough,
I
yeah.
lost a bet afterwards because I was
a
like, this
prophet.
guy was from Texas, right?
It's like, I bet you just want
He was like,
everybody
nope,
to have
Arizona.
health care too, huh?
Yeah, Arizona.
Yeah, I was like, this guy wants free health care. Yeah, look at me, I'm an asshole, right? Free health care. Fuck me.
I want people to have better lives. Fuck me.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit.
So the show was amazing. So I missed. So I missed one of the acts because I was dealing with that. So hopefully he's here tomorrow at the next one.
Probably
but-
not.
Yeah, we
Highly
don't.
likely. We always put different comics on every show.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, we like to change it up. Yeah.
People always ask us all the time, like, so it's just like you and Steve? Like, that's the whole show? I'm like,
Who
no,
would
that
pay
would be
for that?
fucking terrible. No, they
I do
won't.
5 minutes. Corey does an hour and 40.
We could pull that off but it wouldn't be like for a reoccurring thing. But for a show, like for a one-time deal. Like you and I could both do half an hour.
If
like,
I actually
clean.
pay money for that,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
just
be pissed.
there's also something about like
you
headlining
would
your own
pay- you would
show.
pay
It's
money.
got to be a lot of work putting these shows together. I mean, coordinating all the comics.
I mean, it was
to
really
be in
impressive.
and-
Yeah,
Like,
but
yeah,
again,
I
it's
mean,
like-
like,
I'll
here's
be
the
honest
time
with you
he's
guys,
back there
it's-
telling them when they're done, and they
it's-
actually listen to him.
But it's the work
Yeah,
you
like,
have
it
to
was
do.
impressive.
Not an
'cause,
open
like,
mic. Yeah.
most
It's like you're done.
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
comics don't want to put in any work and they just want shit done for them. And in reality, it's like if you want comedy to be your job, you have to treat it like it's your job.
Yeah.
And you have to put work in on hours you don't want to be there. And you have to wake up and do stuff you don't want to do. It's
Like working for a brewery.
Well, I think it kind of, taking that point, kind of dovetailing back to the whole previous conversation, like, do you make beers that you don't want to make? It's like, I guess, right? Like, at
Right.
some point, just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean that it's not work.
Well, you got to do the work.
Right.
You have to do the work,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's not the glamorous thing. You know,
exactly.
it's people, and that's twofold with the comedy industry and the beer industry. And when I worked in beer, there was always, people always just see you out at a tasting, or they see you out at a promo at a bar. They're like, "Is this your job?"
Yeah.
And I was
right
like,
now.
"Dude, you don't even know." Like, I've been running VIP reports all goddamn day. I was running around to different stores, bars. Like, I was doing an 8-hour day before I had to get here.
Yeah.
Kind
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, "But this is all they see."
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry that me pitching somebody at a grocery store isn't Instagrammable.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I can put
yeah.
this on my story.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing with comedy, where at least I'm producing. I mean, there's still lots of comics, and there's no fault in this, but there is a disadvantage, if you will, to if you don't produce and you're only just like, I'm just a comic, I'm not producing anything, that only yields so much. In terms of,
because here's the thing: is Corey and I, we have something else to offer other comics, and a lot of comics appreciate that, and so that helps us out.
Yeah.
But then there's comics who are great comics, but they have nothing to offer, so they don't get as much work, even though they're super funny, super talented people. They're only working 3 nights a week when they could be working 6 nights a
and
week.
also that has to do with like cultivating a scene.
Yeah.
And much
Yeah.
like what you guys are doing here, you're part of a brewing community.
Yeah.
Right.
You're cultivating a community here.
Right.
And
You have neighbors that you work with. And
Yeah.
Right.
And you're a part of
Collaborate with the other businesses in the neighborhood.
But you're also responsible for people's experience when they're here, right? So
Right.
if people are doing a beer tour down in Rhino, and somebody, like one of the breweries is a blip on their radar in terms of like, this was really shitty, the beers were bad, the experience was bad, like that's not good for the community at large.
Yeah, yeah.
So by producing good shows,
Yeah,
putting great comics on,
when people produce shitty shows, it sucks for us too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that you're kind of, it's really the parallel you have with that is pretty accurate, right? Like, you need to cultivate a reputation in the community of one of having fun and also professionalism and being able to get shit done.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
And I think there's a reason why you've seen this in the craft beer industry versus the large brewers, right? The large brewers, when there's 5 of them, they didn't give a shit about helping each other out. They
Yeah.
had the whole market and they needed to fuck everyone over.
Yeah.
And when craft brewers came around, 20 years ago, we all have to by lifting the industry, we lift ourselves.
yeah.
So yeah.
And also, let's not dance around it. The fact that you guys have a tap room here in Rhino is because it's a community, right? Like, this is a happening spot, like in town.
yeah, but
Like,
that's
this is
because
where-
everywhere you go in Rhino, it's going to be awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
that wasn't
it's-
mean that I didn't mean that as like you're
Why
trying to
didn't you
piggyback on
guys
something.
open-
No, I say this. We were one of the first ones here, so
Right,
you know
yeah.
it's like, especially last year, like during COVID, when you didn't know if you were going to be able to get into a place because everybody's capacities were so slashed. People were still coming to Rhino because they knew it didn't matter where they got
It was
in.
actually like crazy as fuck down here. 'Cause
Like,
I was working
yeah,
at the other end
people
of
are still
Larimer.
coming here
It
because
was
they know it
wild.
doesn't
Nuts.
matter if we get into Epic or we get into Odell or we get into our mutual friend or Ratio or Bierstadt or whoever. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
It's good beer, good time, good people.
Yeah.
And that's
We should do a show in
pays
Salt Lake
off.
City.
yeah, right.
Let's do it. I'm in.
Go out to
Let's
Salt
go.
Lake.
Yeah, let's go to
I
Salt
don't
Lake.
think the state will let us do it.
Yeah,
the Salt
we-
Lake,
Are they
the
still
Salt
shut-
Lake tap room is as big as this office is.
We would
Oh,
open
yeah.
a beer and
Is there a
the
patio?
police would come in.
No. Parking lot?
Wow.
It parks about 8 cars.
Corey's Mormon. He can hook us
Yeah,
up.
come on.
I can talk to
He-
him.
call
Yeah.
the churchies.
Flash
Let's
his
get in.
signal, dude.
I've got
Absolutely,
God.
yeah.
I got God on speed dial. If anybody has a connection,
I
to
would, like, I would like
911.
to talk to Joseph Smith right now. Thank you.
yeah,
Oh
Still out
shit.
there. No.
yeah. Man, I would love to do that.
That'd
It's,
be
as
fun.
long as
Yeah.
we can facilitate. I know we talked to you guys about trying to work in with Wise Guys at one point because they're the big comedy club out there. It kind of fell. Nothing really happened with it, but there's opportunity for entertainment in so many places now. People are so not starved. Well, they're starved for it for sure, but it's at such a premium that people want to go back to enjoying their lives. That's why they live
Yeah.
here, right? Like you moved here because Colorado offered
Right.
like a fun,
Gonna be 70
better.
degrees.
Paying
This week's gonna be great.
$2,000 a month for 450 square feet in downtown
Yeah.
Denver
I wanna
make
because of
use
all the
of
cool
it.
shit that you couldn't
Yeah.
do last year.
I think what's striking to me is when the one time I was in Salt Lake City for the weekend when I was working for Epic is like there's shit to do there.
Yeah.
Like, I think my old take of like, oh, you can't go to a bar, there's no breweries. Shit, there's fucking 4 breweries within 2 blocks of Epic now.
I mean, you can only get 1 beer at a time. They're of a
yeah.
certain
Yeah,
ABV.
there's some
They have
weird
to
limits
walk
and stuff,
ar-
but
walk
like
it
for-
around
for
to you.
all
You
intents and
have
can't
to
pour it
drink
in
it.
front of you,
Yeah.
right?
You have to drink it through a sheet.
Yes.
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 It's like,
Because otherwise, it would be promiscuous.
There's 2 holes. There's 2 holes in this sheet. Ironically,
Yeah.
it's
It's
called for the
docking.
mouth, and then
knock them out with this beer through the sheet.
Oh shit.
that'd be super fun. Yeah, but you guys are a part of a community here, right? Like, you have a responsibility to like make sure that when people come down to one of the most popular areas of Denver, like they have a great time.
It's popular
right?
for a reason, yeah.
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 So when we do comedy, like we feel that same responsibility. It's like everything we do has to be well done,
Yeah.
so that when people come, they have an awesome time.
And they come back. We want them to come back.
Yeah,
We just want people
I
to
mean, I'm
hang
fucking
out.
in.
So,
Have
yeah,
you guys
I mean,
have you guys gotten more into comedy yourselves, like since we started doing this? Because I know you said you like watching the open mic.
Yeah, I mean,
you like
everything
watching the shows,
between
but have you
the-
started watching like other shit? Or
yeah, I mean,
getting
I
into
definitely
comics?
watched more comedy like during COVID.
Yeah,
Sure.
You
Check
know-
out Ian Carmel.
Yeah, okay, yeah, write that down.
Apparently, all of us need to
But
check
it's
out
been
Ian
like
Carmel.
it's been really interesting. Yeah, watching the open mics, seeing people try new stuff, get better, and then seeing like your guys' shows where it's like here's the polished, real deal, hilarious, really tight, really good, really well produced.
Yeah.
Like it's just interesting to see that process because you see the seeds of it in the open mic, where it's like okay, this person's funny.
Yeah.
That was not funny, but it could be funny. So I hope they come back next week.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm sure you guys do that with beers a bit too, where you're like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
isn't ready yet. We need to tweak it.
Yeah.
It's not the finished product as soon as you start the concept of the beer, right?
Right.
That happens so much with jokes.
Right.
Where you start out with an idea. I mean, I'll literally write out 2
Like the
pages.
cacao water.
Yeah. Cow water.
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm worried. What?
Like, come on.
Sounds like you're trying to make chocolate water.
Not a whole lot to say about it. It's I don't know. We're working.
It's
on,
an idea. It's an idea.
You're putting it back on the shelf to
It's
revisit
an
in a
idea.
couple
We're
years.
working on some
Chocolate water.
Cacao water. It's cacao, not chocolate. 2 different things.
It looks the
So
I
yeah.
thought you said cow water.
same. Cacao.
Also, we're not doing cow water. Although
milk.
milk.
called
that's
milk.
Called milk.
That's called milk. Cow
Although
water.
It's a
I've had-
lactose
I've had a
milkshake
nice-
IPA.
I've had a nice frolic through a cow stream before. Just it's nice. You didn't
Wow.
know that the
Why
cow.
are we?
doesn't-
Why are we talking about this?
Yeah, what-
This is
yeah.
Yeah, I've had a nice little.
Say more.
Belgium comes to Cooperstown.
Oh God. Yeah.
There's a little
That is a. Yep.
There's a little stream not that far away,
Mhm.
and you go swimming in the stream because
Yep.
it's a hot summer
Yep.
day, and
Yep.
you're just been at a beer
We-
festival, and you do the thing, and then you realize later that this is a cow field,
Yes.
and all of that
Oh,
trickles down to the stream.
It's
But you know what?
downstream.
Yeah.
At that point, I've already put my face in.
Yeah.
It. I don't care.
We used to when we were at BCTC. We'd get up in the morning and go over to Glimmerglass, and we'd swim in
Yeah.
the lake.
Oh man,
Glimmerglass.
it's so good.
Oh.
Yeah, we found like
Are
this
you
one
following
spot with
them?
like a rope swing.
Oh.
No.
So good. So all right. So Belgium comes to Cooperstown. It was this really awesome 3-day beer festival where all the suppliers and
At
distributors
Omegang in Cooperstown.
in Omegang, yeah, at Cooperstown, New York, which is in the middle of fucking nowhere.
I've been there. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's
Actually
a
have,
gorgeous
yeah.
part of the state. And the Friday night is just fucking, it's debauchery because there's no customers there at all.
It is.
It's just
insane.
us, basically. And people party their asses off. Everybody's camping in tents around the
Cocaine in
brewery.
the bathrooms.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
in the tent, on your
Yep.
thumb, in
Yep.
the bathroom, wherever it happens to be,
Yep.
lying around, kind of thing. And then we all wake up Saturday morning and we hang out, and then we're like, "Oh shit, we have to work today because people paid to come to this."
They paid $300 to do it.
Yeah, and it's like it's a pretty VIP beer festival because every beer that has to be there has to be like Belgian inspired or has to be a one-off. So most of the breweries that there aren't Belgian breweries, so they're all making beer like for this festival.
I'd say it's similar to big beers.
Okay.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
It's
only cooler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got a reason to go back to Cooper.
which is why Duvel got away did away with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't do
well,
it
I guess
anymore. 'Cause,
not.
I mean, it is, Duvel.
It couldn't have been a profitable.
It could have been
weekend.
profitable.
It could not
after
have
that,
been a
'cause, I mean,
profitable weekend.
It's
I remember walking around there and like, you just say, "Hey, I'm with whatever brewery," and a Duvel rep would be like, "Here's fucking 8 Duvel doubles."
yeah.
And you're like, "Okay."
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
and even that, like, you can't even possibly run through all the beer that's there because most of it, because it's Belgian inspired at least,
Yeah.
or one-off, is usually at least 7%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we brought 4 half barrels and went through a quarter of every one.
Oh yeah.
So it was ridiculous.
Mhm.
Yeah, fun.
But it was a great time. It was good. It was good stuff. That's when I.
but this is
swam
why
through.
you sell out, so you can afford to
That's
do
why
that. shit.
that's why you swam through poop water.
Yeah, man. It was so good.
Loved it.
It was so
every
cold.
bit, every bit.
So cold.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. That's what the water they use at the brewery.
Oh,
Actually,
go to
Yeah.
BC.
Just filters it through.
Mm.
Just filters it right through. Steve, did you have some reviews you wanted to get
Yeah.
into?
Oh, God.
We did this
my
last
favorite
time.
part.
Yeah. It was kind of weird because the first time we did this, there was a lot to go back on, and it's been a year.
Okay.
And fortunately, for entertainment purposes, we do have some new reviews
Let's
over
do
the
it.
last year.
Let's hear 'em.
These are all fresh. These are all fairly fresh.
Oh God. Okay.
I'll read this one when Corey comes back. All right, here we go. We'll start with this one. 6 months ago, Benjamin G on Yelp says, "Garbage brewery. You can do better anywhere on this block. I watched my server eat Jimmy John's while I waited for a beer. There are so many more honest breweries. This just ain't it. Find a place that wants you there. None of this will matter as Epic is nearly a macro brew."
That's you, Josh.
I apologize that server needed to take a break and eat food
Yeah, well,
like a human being.
like a human being. I will say they should not be eating Jimmy John's.
I
Like, Jersey
mean-
Jersey Mike's is way better.
Really, the issue we have is the Jimmy John's.
The Jimmy John's is the big issue here.
Okay, the
Sharps is right down the road.
Yeah,
okay, the
support
Jimmy
local.
John's people are a big fan of Epic Beer.
Okay.
So that was a trade situation, and it was free.
Got
That's
it.
why it was Jimmy John's.
Okay.
Just
I
Okay.
think what I take issue with is the we're almost a macro brew.
I mean,
I mean,
also,
fuck, man.
also
You're
like
sitting here with
and
us.
they're-
Do we look like a macro
no,
brew?
and they're saying that last because they're like, this is the fucking twist of the
Yeah,
night.
like you really got us there.
They're
buddy.
trying to really-
honestly,
Oh.
if this was a macro brewery, I should ask for a raise, right? Like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Macro breweries offer 401ks, right?
Yeah, we gotta eat. So, shit.
Oh yeah. So that's a fun one.
Thank you. What was his name?
Benjamin G.
Thanks, Benjamin.
Thanks, Benjamin.
6 months ago, the middle of the pandemic feels that it's appropriate to. Also, all of these really are truly like in the middle of the pandemic, which is like if you're in the middle of the pandemic leaving negative reviews.
That's why I stayed up front. Fuck Yelp.
Well, yeah. There's some Google reviews. Corey, I think, might have some other ones.
Oh boy.
I do have a positive review to make up. That one was so harsh.
Let's hear it.
That one was so harsh
nice.
that I had to read this positive review that I found.
I like doing some positive reviews.
sweet.
Too. As long as they're funny, that's all I really care about.
This review is from 6 months ago. It's a
Okay.
5-star review from somebody named Zach Moss. Zach Moss says, "Amazing staff beer and unique experience. I saw an amazing comedy show. Best night out."
Oh God. Is that real?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
was
awesome.
also
He was on the show.
I thought that sounded familiar.
Yeah, he performed. He had a good set, so he
Was that
also-
the dude from South Dakota? Who was
Yeah.
that guy?
Yeah.
That dude's fucking great.
Oh,
Yeah,
Zach's one of the best.
He was
He's
a
one of the
great- yeah,
best,
that
like
was great.
local guys,
Yeah.
like you can find for sure. Yeah.
Zach, come back and see us anytime. Buddy.
Yeah.
We'll have
that's
him on the
fucking
show
great.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. We love Zach.
Yeah. A little plug for that guy.
You got anything?
Yeah, that was
Nope.
great.
I'm gonna look for one.
Okay. Here's one from 5 months ago. This person has left one review on Google ever, and it was for Epic Brewing. Only review ever. This is from Robert Jacobus. The brewery is good. Oh, sorry, 3 stars. The brewery is good, but don't park your bike by the alley. It's hard to see from the inside, and the view is easily blocked from the patio. They won't let you lock them up out front either. My bike was locked up and stolen before 9 p.m. And then, from 5 months ago, there was also a response from the owner.
Oh, Gus.
Gus says, "Sorry that your bike was stolen, Robert. Thanks for leaving a review to let others know the risks of locking up in the alley."
Yeah, honestly. Like, what? Hey, I took a dark, secluded path that wasn't on a well-lit street to get
I
to
threw
your
my
location.
bike in a bush and thought nobody would see it,
Wow.
but somebody saw it.
And it's not us that won't let you lock it up front. It's
Yeah.
the city that won't
Of
let
course.
us use the right
Yeah.
of way to. But
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, shit. I had my bike stolen from inside the brewery.
yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That's right.
Shit gets stolen down here.
Shit
so-
gets stolen. And, well, that's the thing. It's like that's
You can't
the
leave
same
anything
with-
downtown.
Yeah.
But like,
What did you think?
to
I
put-
feel bad for the guy, right?
Of
It
course,
fucking sucks,
of course. But like
Yeah.
to put his bike getting stolen on you guys.
Yeah.
The beer's great, but it's your fault that his
Yeah.
bike got stolen. It's like you guys.
I mean,
did
it was Nate
steal-
replacing the bike that
It
he
was
had
stolen from him inside.
But it was Nate that actually stole the bike. Is
Yeah.
what we're
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
not
yeah,
getting
yeah.
to here.
No,
Because
we're
Nate,
not.
that's a nice bike you've got. You
Yeah.
showed it to me before we got in here.
2 stars.
Yeah.
2 stars
Yeah.
knocked
Yeah.
off.
You're like, wow, this is pretty
Yeah,
tight.
it was just sitting outside. All I had to do was cut this lock.
I got a review for Glutinator.
Oh shit! Okay.
Have you guys even done that one?
So Glutinator's a beer we don't make a whole lot of, right? It's totally gluten free. It's not gluten removed. We only brew it in Salt Lake City because we have the right brewing equipment out there. It's made with like brown rice and sweet potatoes and stuff.
molasses and
Yeah,
sorghum.
Yeah, sorghum. So let's fucking hear it on the Glutinator.
3.25 stars from Alan O. So not a bad review. Takes a bit to get used to molasses. It's like a cookie that you left for too long. Is that
It's supposed to taste like an IPA.
so? This is a pastry stout, basically, is what I gather
No.
from that review.
Yeah, it's not
No, it's
accurate.
not. Yeah.
No,
To get
it's
used
supposed
to,
to
the
taste like an
molasses.
IPA.
Who needs to get used to molasses? I like a cookie.
Should
fresh
we
out
have
of the
Hobby
oven.
bring us
You
up
know,
another
that
bottle
tastes-
of Glutinator to chug?
I think
Chugging Glutinator.
Chug some
I
sweet
think
potato
the tough
beer.
thing about Untapped is always like, I don't know. I know a lot of people in the industry are like, fuck Untapped.
It's like, I hate salad. I ordered the salad, 1 star.
I think if given enough data points, right?
bike was
Everything has some sort of
stolen.
value. You can find it in there.
Yeah.
3 stars.
Um,
Thanks for the 3, yeah. Your bike was
I
only
think
worth 2
the
stars,
big bitch
man?
I have to pitch about Untapped is people are like, I never give out 5s. Like, your palate's so fucking good.
And also, you're
Like,
just
if you
like,
really like
yeah.
it, give it a fucking 5.
On
man. Like, who
Untapped.
cares, right?
On
like,
Untapped, you're
it's a
just like-
4.2. If it was a little more lactose, it'd be a 4.25. Like, I'm sorry. Fucking judges at the Great American Beer Festival can't taste the difference between 5
Those guys are
100ths
idiots,
of a
too.
fucking point.
Okay.
Right.
You
Yeah.
sure as she fucking Dale in North Carolina.
That's what you guys should do. You
Can't-
should do a
certainly
show
fucking
after
can't either.
GABF where everybody has their GABF judging sheets, because that's fucking fun.
Oh, that's
oh yeah.
hilarious, yeah.
Oh, I could only imagine.
Oh,
just the dumb
there's
shit
also
people say on
a
there.
comedy contest judging is very funny too.
Yeah.
I bet.
One time I got a 0 on stage presence and I performed. I went on stage and I got a 0 for going up
It's
there.
like he wasn't there. He could have been just
Yeah.
speaking from
Yeah.
the microphone.
I
Hello?
couldn't have even
Hello?
gotten a fucking 1 out of 10 for
Honestly,
going on stage. I
I
got
think
0.
one of my favorite bits you do is when you have you guys ever
Oh, the
like,
questions? Yeah.
It's I think the first time I saw you do it was in October, and I was just like, did he just say what? You're constantly like moving on to the next thing. I was just like, it's fucking great, man. It was hilarious.
It's quick.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
It's awesome.
Yeah.
that's the dumb shit
are
people
all-
ask at
Yeah,
open mics,
yeah.
or just
And-
in comedy, but they don't know how to handle it.
That list is constantly growing too. It is
Every time
always-
I hear it, it's a little different.
I got another
Love it.
quickie
All
from
right, let's hear
Untapped.
it.
This is for Blue Ski Lager. It's also another. It says Utah. Never mind. It says Utah, Colorado. I thought they were like that's the state and the
Oh,
city.
yeah, that's how we're listed.
okay.
Yep.
All right, so Blue Ski Lager, 3 stars on Untapped from Neil D. Give him a D.
At least 3.5.
But this is an Untapped at home, so I want you to know that they enjoyed this at their own
Their
place.
house.
Nice job, Neil.
A mediocre snack with some terrible TV.
Sounds
beer-
like not the beer.
The beer is a nice touch. 3 stars.
Yeah. The dude had some fucking burnt popcorn and put on an episode of Friends. He's seen 30 times.
Wait, this was all
baked
you,
was he?
man. Like, this
Yeah.
was all you. You made a mediocre snack.
Yeah.
Just a series of bad choices. That
Recently
just puts on us.
divorced, 1 star.
And you picked The Big Bang Theory to watch that night. And now all of a sudden, it's Epic's fault?
Yeah.
I think that
I'll own it.
I think
I'll
the
own it.
toughest ones to read are the ones on the Grandma Van Stout that we did.
Yeah.
Also, I got to bring this up. I had a Grandma Van. My last name is Vanderplug. We just
Okay.
called it Grandma Van.
Yeah. I think we could have done better with the beer itself, right? I think that the whole brew team was even like, I think we maybe fell a little bit short of what we were hoping for on this one, but I mean that's named after my grandmother. Like
Your-
when you
Is it
Are we
Grandma
related,
Van?
dude? Are we brothers?
That's my grand. No, her first name was Evangeline. So
It's
Oh.
Grandma
Grandma
Van, though, is the name of the beer?
Grandma
Vanderplug,
Yeah.
Grandma Van.
Yeah. So
Wild.
It's
guys are
it's
brothers.
a tough one, right? Because people are like, Grandma Van should have done better, and I'm like, I loved her dearly, and she died in 1994.
That's my grandma,
Maybe
man.
just like let it go. Like so if you go to the label and there's a QR code, it links to a picture of my grandmother with my dad and my uncle and a recipe for the
Can I
dessert
see
that
it? Can we
inspires-
hand me that label? Because if it's
Oh,
my
yeah.
grandma, I'm going to lose my
Then we're
shit.
gonna have issues, yeah. So
Let's make sure.
So I think those are the
Real
tough.
quick.
Those are the tough ones to read, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
like, man, this is someone I. It's a beer that we did for Old Chicago initially, and then we're like, hey, this could be a good idea for something a little bit bigger. And so we batched it up a little bit higher.
It's not my grandma.
I want to grab a couple of those labels, by the way.
Yeah, we got
before
lots.
before we get out of
So
here.
these are the last of them.
1 star, super pronounced coffee flavor. Not one bit of peppermint flavor at all. Maybe the peppermint flavor has degraded over time.
Oh yeah, I just read this one.
If the peppermint flavor was more pronounced, it might balance the coffee flavor better. 1 star.
Yeah, right. Like 1 star, dude. Come on.
Get the
man.
fuck outta
Like,
here.
It's a coffee stout brewed with
it's a coffee
peppermint,
stout
not a
with peppermint. It
peppermint
kinda-
stout
kinda-
brewed with coffee.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is whether it's I find that the flavors that we really struggle with, and that never get good reviews anywhere, are peanut butter,
Yeah.
mint.
Oh yeah.
Are the two big ones, or berries, right?
mean,
it's
yeah.
either too much raspberry, or not enough raspberry.
'Cause everybody's
or it's
got
too
their
much peppermint or
own-
not
yeah.
enough peppermint,
Yeah.
or it's too much. It's just you can't fucking win with those, and I don't want to do them anymore.
Just drink your slushy sour.
Or
and
just,
be-
but
Just
here's
drink
the
a
other thing
slushy
is,
sour, get all the flavor.
I also want to say, fuck it. You know, this is a beer that was in that we gave a crack at. I think we can do a little bit better, but we're happy with the results. And you know, fuck you if you didn't like
Do
it.
you have
what
lots of
comics
people that
do,
did like it too?
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, you can put it on the shelf and come back to it later and always redo it differently. And
I mean, that's
Yeah,
it.
the
but these are
recipe.
those are particularly tough ones to read because I'm just like, fuck,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That was
There
inspired
was some
by
heart
my
that went into
grandmother,
this.
you know?
Yeah, there's some heart
So
that
I
went
never
into
want to name another beer after
A
family
relative,
member, or a
right. At
relative.
least one
It
you
just
like.
Sucks, yeah.
I have a Yelp review I found that I actually have some like personal issues with.
Okay.
This, and I hope that we don't have to delete this because this is truly how I feel. But if we do,
It would be a Steve portion of the show.
this is okay. So, well, it's not even me, I think, in this one, and that's the thing. This is a Yelp review from 12 days ago. TB, 1 star. Attitude and slow service sums it up. Ordered beers, and when the idiot servers screwed it up, she had an attitude. Beer was okay, but adjust your service and crappy attitude. And then and this is where I think it gets bad, is that he posted a picture of the server.
Oh, that's not okay.
Exactly. And it says, that's the attitude. And in the picture, your server is clearly working and helping another customer. But there's also like a fucking creepiness level because it's a female taking a picture of a person and putting it online.
Wow.
And I think that maybe talk to Yelp about getting this one taken down
That's-
because that's not
that's-
okay.
Yeah.
creepy.
Well, Yelp is garbage. Number 1.
Yelp is garbage,
And then
absolutely.
Number 2,
Fuck Yelp.
Josh. So you
But,
shouldn't yeah. That's
Fuck you, TP.
Yeah.
Seriously, fuck that
That's bullshit.
person.
That any of your people
Wow.
would even have to go fucking through with that.
Yeah.
I don't read Yelp reviews. I'm not on Yelp. I don't.
No,
participate in
I
it.
only get them when Dave sends them to
Wow, who's our owner?
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact that anybody feels like they can do that is
Wow,
so
that's-
bullshit.
It's
That's
such
harsh,
bullshit,
man.
and to like,
Someone
and,
had a couple of too many
and I
drinks
don't-
and decided that was a good
I don't
idea.
think that this employee consented to having their picture posted online. You know,
Yeah.
like, and that's
I haven't
that's
seen the
thing.
photo. Can I see the photo?
Yeah, of course. We don't need to name names,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's
But also,
very, very
I mean,
real.
not warranted based on like your own level of perception of
Yeah.
like on a whatever night you came in and how everything's staffed right now.
And
like not okay to do based on your level of what you think you deserve for fucking service.
And even knowing, I mean, I'll vouch for anybody who works here, but like that person in particularly, like that's obvious projection about bad attitude.
I think that I think
like mistakes happen.
Right.
Any brewer,
but
any
it
person
doesn't
here
sound
would
like
be
a
like, hey,
mistake.
we try to take feedback in honest and constructive feedback, even if it's negative, in real ways.
Look, I mean,
but someone to get their beer quick enough, and we understand that. Sometimes it happens. Boy, we're certainly sorry about that. But
we need to be more European.
Don't be a
in
fucking
ways.
asshole about this stuff, right? Like, we don't expect you to like sit back and be like, just take the service we're giving you.
I mean, look,
right? Like, even though it is a pandemic, we try to strive to be
If
our
it's
best,
somebody
but
that's on
fucking hell.
Yelp, they're also too indignant to begin with because you're on a separate rating service now when Google is readily accessible and you're choosing to go to your fucking platform that you're like, hey, I'm important here in the Yelp community. It's like, listen, I get it. You're also probably important on Parler. But that's not why you should use this.
Right. And just not, and especially when the reviews don't offer anything constructive. You know, I'm happy
How
to
can
get
you make it better,
constructive
right?
feedback.
Like, if I'm going to leave a review, I would say, like, please make it better. And it'd just be like, this person had attitude, so the fuck
I mean,
what?
if I get that kind of review where it's constructive and you like can actually get something from it, like I'll reply to that, like, thank you for bringing this to our attention. Like, I'm sorry you had a bad experience.
I don't care how bad of a fucking attitude your server had, which probably wasn't even real. But if they were to talk to me, they would find out what a fucking bad attitude is.
Right.
I would let them know.
Yeah, Steve's got lots of bad attitude.
You fucking
Steve's full
sick,
of it.
weird, creepy fucking. It's upsetting, and that's one where it's really fun to just make fun of these. Negative
yeah, no,
reviews,
that one
but
That's
pisses
a
me
step
off.
too far. I think. Yeah.
It's
I mean,
infuriating.
even the guy that was leaving the review on the peppermint beer or whatever, it's like, listen, sure. Did the beer miss the mark a little bit? Probably. Could we do a little better? Yeah, we appreciate the feedback. You know, you don't need to be a dick about it.
Yeah.
But you know, I get what you're trying to say. This is public. You're on the internet. You never think you're gonna get called out, or you don't think that we're reading these.
Right.
Yeah, sure. But that's just a step too far.
I mean, hiding behind a shield of anonymity while trying to shame somebody who's just trying to make a living during a pandemic.
Totally.
It's just like,
Yeah,
fuck
you don't need to tell that to two people that are relying on other people's feedback for their attention and self-worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to do that at all.
So what's your guys' take on hecklers? Are they there? Is it just because they're heckling because they're just too drunk, or they generally think that when you ask the crowd a question, they really want to have honest feedback, or they want to make the show about themselves?
Well, here's the thing. The question thing specifically, the reason I do that bit is because if a comic asks anybody in the audience a question, the audience has the right to respond.
Yeah.
Don't ask a question you don't want to answer.
Do not ask
Like,
the question.
It's crazy to think that you can ask somebody a question and get mad at them for answering.
Yeah.
And you see that most comics understand that. The really, really new ones, you'll see them like dig into, like, they're just looking to like
that was
have a psychological
answer.
or no, like literally have like a psychological breakdown on this person and like
Yeah, they're like, shut the
ruin.
fuck, shut the fuck up, fuck you.
Like whatever weird like psychological thing they've had going on and like storing up in their brain.
I've
Like,
even heard of people.
you
I've
got-
even seen comics that they do like their bit is asking a question so they can tell somebody to shut up.
they do.
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah,
And I'm like, that's
absolutely.
so
Yeah,
fucking
that's what I'm saying. It's
stupid.
like,
That's not.
has anybody ever been to 7-Eleven? Somebody's like, yeah, and then shut the fuck up over there.
I think
Yeah,
there was
and it's
some-
like-
You piece of shit, you've been to 7-Eleven. It's like, what? Like, why?
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you're
Yeah.
alienating somebody in the audience because that's your bit?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
the
a whole
bit?
thing for sure.
There's a comic I've seen that who like his videos come up on YouTube all the time.
Steve Hofstetter.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, but his
High
bit-
five myself.
His bit is like, did you vote for Trump? And someone's like, yeah. And he's like, fuck you. And you're like,
Yo,
Just-
Well, what he
there's
does his thing on like another level. Like
We
I've worked
talk
with
about
him
this
for
in a
a
different
while.
episode.
there's a certain thing like, okay.
we have heard different stories.
I mean, I've worked with the dude. Like I
Yeah,
can tell
yeah,
you, like,
yeah.
He
So
lives,
I've
in
heard
Pittsburgh.
he
He lives
do
in
it-
Pittsburgh now.
So
I
what
guess.
he'll do is he'll work for a weekend. He sets cameras up around the room.
Okay.
And he'll do 30 to 40 minutes of material, and he'll say that. He's like, all right, I just did 30 to 40 minutes of material. That's the stuff that I prepared for you guys. Now I want to open up the last 15 to 20 minutes
Okay.
for you guys to ask me questions.
Okay.
I have
so
also-
it's not just it's part of the bit. made it.
No, he
sound
sets
like-
it up. So
okay.
what he does basically is he'll do that every show, and then if he can pull 1 or 2 clips out of that, that's what he puts online, and then he says, "Comedian destroys." heckler."
I have
Yeah,
also
got it,
heard from
okay.
And it's
reliable
like-
sources that he.
I'm a reliable source.
But I've heard from
Additional
other
reliable
people.
sources,
Exactly,
yeah.
additional reliable sources that other people have said that he will pay people to he will have a line, and then when he says that line, somebody's supposed to speak up, and he'll pay people to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, the dude fucking makes a lit. The dude,
Yeah.
dude sold out,
Pays
and
his
I'm
bills.
fucking jealous.
Very
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too. Okay, so getting back to the heckler thing, is so to Steve's
Because
point,
I've
if
seen you guys deal with them before. Yeah, it's like
if you ask the question, that's one thing. If somebody is just interrupting the show, there's 2 different types of hecklers. And they're actually, one might not even be technically a heckler, which is they're just talking. They're not heckling you. They're not talking to you.
yeah.
But they're just disrupting
They're
the
ignoring
show.
and disrupting.
I think
yeah.
when you guys did your show outside here, there's a couple up front that were just like,
Yeah, she tried to bang Corey after too. They were on a
Tried.
Tinder date. They were on a Tinder date, and you told me she asked for your number, right?
Oh, that chick. Yeah.
they were
She was,
talking
like,
to-
on a Tinder date, and then she asked me for her number.
yeah. So what he has was like, you guys need to be quiet.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they were just like,
Yeah.
that was really fun. That was really great.
Anyhow, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. It was so there's that, and they are just literally so oblivious to what even being at a comedy show means that they don't even it's not even on their radar that they're doing something
They're
wrong.
being a dick. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the other people that they feel like this is a part of the show.
Got it.
You know,
Okay.
where it's I'm gonna yell stuff at you
I
because
paid to be here.
Well, yeah, and they think it's like, okay. I don't even know where they get it from, but they feel like
It makes it because they think they're funny, so
Yeah.
them yelling at you makes it funnier. For
oh
everybody
yeah, and
else.
if you give a heckler the opportunity to be funnier than you are, then you're done. Like you're absolutely done. Like you've
Yeah.
lost
Yeah.
you've lost the room, you've lost your presence, all that. So the one bit of advice that I've ever gotten about hecklers was don't ever go harder at them than they went at you.
Okay.
So, but don't be so reluctant to just even give a quip of like, hey, I can take it from here, or like everybody else paid to be here.
Build
Like,
that
just
tension.
At least
Just
say
have
something.
have a good
Yeah.
time, But you don't want to do that. You don't want to pull that trigger too quickly, because then that could potentially turn the audience off from you. So the key is to don't go harder on them than they went in on you per se. So it does take a bit of nuance for sure, but yeah, you gotta like make sure that whatever you do say isn't too harsh. Where I've seen people too, where they just go like off. They just go off the handle.
Hopefully, you
and
don't
there's-
send someone away in tears and whatever. But like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But at a certain point, it's up to the ownership of the audience
Yeah.
too. Where some people and lots of audience members will do that, where they'll just be like, "Will you shut up?
Yeah.
Like we're here to
That's
be in the show." Like,
Fights happen a lot actually because
Yeah,
of that.
really?
Oh yeah.
yeah, people get egotistical, and all of a sudden it turns into like, "You can't talk to me like that."
But I mean, like
Kind of thing.
if I paid money and some other person
Yeah.
is ruining the show, I would say something, and then sometimes it just escalates.
I think maybe it's the difference between you're not going. It's similar to seeing a symphony performance, right? The symphony
Yeah.
is up there. You feel you're part of the experience, but
If
you're not
somebody-
part of the show.
you're not
So
If
shut
singing
the
somebody
fuck
were to
up.
get up and start
Yeah.
like screaming,
You're not singing
Yeah.
"Ode to Joy."
I don't like this. Like, go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
exactly.
the crowd's just like, we're all here to see this, so shut the fuck up.
Also, like even being at a concert and there's like a very kind of sweet, maybe soft song that's
Oh,
happening.
I hate when people
and
sing
the
that.
and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
singer has like a great voice and the song sounds great, and there's just like one person. It's not even the whole audience, it's one person that's singing along.
Right.
As
With
loud
it.
as
They
they
suck
can.
and they're tone
Like,
deaf, and
And
yeah.
I'm just like,
you're
hey.
like, you see how everyone else is quiet?
Yeah, right.
Read
Yeah.
the room.
And I've had
Yeah.
and it's the same thing. People get mad at you for saying something. They're like, "Don't tell me how to enjoy my guitar."
You're
And
like,
I'm just
you're ruining mine though.
You know, I paid
Yeah.
money to like see them.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Not you.
I didn't-
Not listen to you sing along.
Although at
this is
Riot-
not in your car with your buddy.
At Riot
singing
Fest,
along.
I saw,
Yes.
I saw
Yeah,
AWOL
yeah.
Nation.
Because otherwise, it's next song.
Full circle.
Easy.
Yeah.
We saw AWOL Nation, and they played that song "Sail," and every time they said "Sail," we were just like "Sail."
Yeah. That's the
And-
only part anybody knows.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
No, it's I think that as I've gone to more shows and been more, I guess, since doing this, been like more aware of the comedy scene in Denver. A, I didn't realize that we had so many funny people living here.
It's one of the best.
B, I didn't realize there were so many funny people that dug beer. And C, it's super kind of, it's neat to say like I'm kind of adjacent to this, right? Like I feel like I'm kind of like a craft beer fanboy.
Yeah.
You know, but
You guys
this
are
is,
in.
this
We're
is-
the
you
same.
guys are
You're
my
in
kind
the
of
scene.
craft beer thing.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, fuck, man, did you
Yeah.
see? You know, like kind of picking apart some of the drama, and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's neat. And I think that I think you had asked previously, like, have you guys become, you know, bigger comedy fans? And I think the answer is a resounding yes for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
We
I
love
mean,
that.
it's
Yeah.
just. I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
you get to see it like
Yeah.
firsthand, like pretty closely.
I mean, there's a-
and you honestly,
You
like,
see it
with
from
the
the bottom up too.
Yeah,
now.
I mean,
with the open
it's-
mic, you see it from the bottom up.
I mean,
for
you
sure.
can tell a different, you know, like funny jokes, right? Okay, that's a funny joke. That's a good set. How it all comes together, though, that's something you don't see. You know,
Yeah.
watching a stand-up special on Netflix or whatever, you
Yeah.
know, or even a live show at Comedy Works.
It's not as fun as seeing like Nate Bargatze probably
Right.
live as it would
Right.
be like I don't know. I like him. I think he's funny.
But
yeah,
you
I mean,
see
but
it,
on
so it's
watching
like,
it on TV, it's just not
it's
the
not
same.
the same.
It's not the same.
experience,
And you guys
Ever.
also like before COVID. I mean, when we had more people on tour, we could get we were getting people that are they've got
Right.
late night specials or Comedy Central, Netflix, all this stuff,
Yeah.
and we still have some of those people coming through. Like I said, we had
Right.
Shane Torres on recently, and we've got other people that'll be coming up that are really profound. It's just now we have an opportunity to like really showcase what
Yeah.
Denver is. Like, everybody that's on the shows right now this is Denver.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah.
all the comics, whether it's headliner to opener or whatever. This is all us, and that's really cool.
I think it's like Josh and I were sitting earlier and saying we're like it's important for us to continue to be involved with the community, right? It gets
Yeah.
not only shows that we give a shit about our product and our community, but like in what ways can we get people more aware of everything that's going on? So I don't know.
Right.
Feels
Absolutely.
good. So
Yeah.
thanks for coming out and doing this with us again. I'm definitely a little bit looser than when I started.
Yeah, I got a whole
That was
Malort.
good.
I got a whole Malort.
Yeah,
in
I
me.
think I just
I'm
opened
feeling
mine.
loose.
And you see which beer I didn't finish.
Same.
No.
Uh,
Again, it's fine.
They're all.
It's not my
pretty
thing,
high,
but
yeah.
they're all pretty high alcohol. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not,
you're good,
I'm not
dude.
trying to wrap it up or anything. I'm just like
no. We gotta get
I'm a
running.
little bit buzzed and
We gotta get running.
I don't want to get off stage.
We gotta get running anyway.
Yeah.
to do.
Corey's got a show. I got a hockey game. During this podcast, we just found out we weren't sure if we were going to have a goalie this season, and so I've been prepared to be the backup goalie. And then
The
during
starter,
this-
baby.
The goalie showed up, and we're like, okay, the goalie is there, great. And then it turns out the goalie might be playing for the other team now.
Watch that 5-hole, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Can't trust that motherfucker.
I'll be going low stick side for sure.
So what do you guys? Anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
I don't know. I think that
Super Epic Lager's coming out.
Super Epic Lager's coming out. Easy drinking American style lager, super crisp, smooth. 12 packs and 6 packs coming down soon.
Perfect
Keep an
for
eye out
summer.
at your favorite beer stores for our 16-ounce limited releases.
Hey, yeah.
Come up to the Epic Taproom for Rotating Tap Comedy Podcast or comedy show.
Podcast is
any
over,
of
man.
it.
Show,
About to
all of
end.
it, yeah.
Podcast is about
Yeah.
to end.
Do the thing.
There you go. So I don't know. Anything else?
Yeah.
What's the deal with
Leave us
what's
more-
the deal with Taproom right now? Tell everybody all right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
what's capacity? You guys got indoor, outdoor?
Yeah, I mean,
like-
right now we're indoor, outdoor. Like, I feel like Denver's finally awake. We're at 50% capacity inside. 50% capacity everywhere, but still a good time. Like, we're filling the place up. We still got lots of great beers coming out, and the plus side to all this is like you're gonna get a seat.
Yeah.
Come in. So.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have an amazing space. The beers are all phenomenal. There's something here for everybody, like I'd mentioned before, and I'm not just saying that facetiously. It's literally
True. Yeah,
it's
very
it's
true.
it's across the board. There's so much great stuff here, and it's all done very well.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we can't thank you guys enough for
Yeah.
being on the show.
Come
and
by, try the beer, leave us a review. Don't take pictures of the servers.
Yeah, don't,
Yeah, don't do that.
Great, Jesus. You got anything to plug, Corey?
Because we have video surveillance footage of you, and
Doing that.
we find out who you are.
Also creepy.
Pictures
Yeah.
of the pictures.
I can out creep you.
Videos of the pictures. What you
No,
got?
I mean, we've got our shows that are coming up. We've got a variety of different breweries around town, including Epic Brewing. So go check that out at rotatingtapcomedy.com so you can get our full lineup. And then follow us on social media, like, review, subscribe, do that whole thing. All that shit really matters. So on whatever podcast platform you do listen to, just give us a review. It makes a big difference. It moves us up the algorithm and all that jazz.
Algorithms.
But then there's I got a variety of shows that are coming up outside of ours. If you just go to fake Corey David with a K on Instagram, because there's a lot of imposters out there, so you got to put the fake in there for sure. And yeah, I mean, that's me. I mean, that's what I got going on.
Nice.
How about you?
It's rotating tap stuff. I'll be in Boulder this weekend at Kettle and Spoke. Saturday night, 2 shows. And then, as always, you can find me at I just look at my fucking stupid. Don't look at my personal Facebook. Look
Well,
at
you really
my
know how to plug it.
Look at my dumb, idiot, stupid, professional Facebook page that has 212 followers. I post all my shows on there. So
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, guys, thank you so much.
Yeah.
See ya.
Thanks.
go,
Thank you.
Chuckle Puckers.
Bye.